Yep.
Sign on here?
Yep.
And then hit whatever I want?
Hit the next song.
Hit the next song.
Now we're on.
Beautiful. Where's my hot buttons? There they are up there. Instant players.
Yep. There's a jingle. We have our jingles ready.
That's what I just played.
Johnny Blondie.
Yeah, it said on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. Blueberry Pancake Day, Kazoo Day. Where's your kazoo?
I left it at home.
I
I
have
can
a
get
slide.
some wax paper at home. Would that help?
I have a slide whistle in Josh's office.
All right, Periscope is live now.
Oh, we weren't?
Say hello.
Good morning, Periscope.
Good morning.
Just signing on here. Let's see what
Good
you got to
morning,
say.
YouTube.
There they are. Shirley, Jay Savers, everybody joining us. Everybody joining us now. 35, 36, 40, 42, 45, 50.
Shouldn't have music down.
Alrighty. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, Mormon.
Mormon?
I don't know what Mormon means.
No,
I think they're trying to say
okay.
morning, but he said Mormon instead. Well, Donnie Osmond to you too, baby.
I want you to know.
Good morning, everybody.
Let's see.
So far, so good, huh? What do you got?
We haven't done anything yet. Alrighty. Give us time to screw something up here. We're coming. Good morning. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Good morning, Painter Bill. Good morning, everybody. We're getting set to sign on. Oh, I don't have my headphones.
This is not sitting over here by my iPad. I'll tell you that.
Then you can't spill that. It's no spill. Hey, we got money in the budget for new iPads.
No, we don't. I got to keep you boys on
iPad
task.
for everyone. You get an iPad.
You get an iPad.
You get an iPad.
Periscope gets an
Did you
iPad.
see how much money
Good
she
morning.
made by just one tweet the other day?
Hi, Sutton's Bay. Who? Yes, $26 million.
What? What?
Just open the mic. I love bread too.
Huh?
I love bread too.
Who doesn't love bread?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's my downfall. My downfall's always been the carbs. You talking to myself over
Is it
here,
an
or-
assistant?
You talk to yourself.
You're good.
We're on here. Hold on.
We can't afford jingle singers anymore, so here's Johnny and Blondie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good Thursday morning to
Good
you.
morning, everybody. Let's address real quickly how you can watch us on Facebook, Josh. We've got people already
Well,
asking.
Josh, the producer, tell us all about it.
We're getting. Oh, hey.
Why are you not on?
I don't know. Somebody asked for it.
That microphone's not working, buddy.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Turn it
You
on.
gotta turn it on.
There's a switch. It says on and off.
Right.
Well, I'm working on Facebook right now. We just got approved last night
Yeah.
at I don't know, like 8 o'clock after I badgered the
After
Facebook
going in
people.
and jabbing them back and
I
forth.
got a restraining order from
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg last night. Said stop calling me fatty. But I'm working on it right now. You'll get a notification basically.
All right.
That says Johnny and Blondie Live is on the air.
All right.
And then all you have to do is just go to Johnny and Blondie Live on Facebook, and we should be right there. You should see us.
The tune-in live stream should be up. What happens is, yes, it was recording from yesterday. Until we go on the air, TuneIn is going to do just like JohnnyAndBlondie.com, the streaming audio site that we've set up will do, and that is to repeat our show throughout the day. So when you tune into the TuneIn app, you're always going to hear that day's show right up until the time we set on the air the next day. Then you'll hear us live for that couple of hours that we're on the air live, and then it'll revert back to
Right.
repeating that show throughout the day. So the TuneIn app, the Periscope app, Facebook Live. If you're a Facebook follower of ours, we got over 9,000 of those. You're going to be getting a notification that we're on
Isn't
live.
this crazy?
YouTube,
Yeah.
just look for Johnny and Blondie Live on YouTube, Johnny and Blondie Live on Periscope as well, and on Facebook, Johnny and Blondie Live. I think they're pretty consistent. Same thing with the TuneIn app. By the way, I've decided I'm boycotting the Oscars this year.
Oh,
after
you
all
too, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
Oscars,
but then again, I boycott it every year because I hate the damn show. I hate award
It's nothing
shows.
but a bunch of pompous actors trying to, make themselves feel a lot better about.
Yeah.
You're not a brain surgeon, my God.
Like we do every morning when we go on the air and try to make ourselves feel better
Well,
about
that's
ourselves.
different. I'm not boycotting us.
We're not getting awards, damn it.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, why is that?
By the way, it is 6:38 here on the Johnny and Blondie show,
Beautiful.
Grant. By the way, today's the 28th day of the year. We're going to get to the history here in a minute. Weather-wise, Blondie will get to that in just a moment, but our weather forecast for today basically is going to be a warm one, and I was looking at the extended forecast, Blondie.
Okay.
Through Monday,
Yeah.
we're going to be up in the 40s. Today could be a record, not likely, because I think your forecast is calling for a temperature somewhere around 40 or 41
Yes.
today.
36.
But you know what 36?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I had heard a little warmer than that. Well, this is my point.
Well, it's still weird for,
Well,
especially Snowfest week.
where I heard it though was that they were talking about it maybe breaking the record of 46. So
Oh.
that's why I'm wondering if we won't get a little warmer today. Now they are saying that because the winds are out of the southwest, and they are saying, by the way, that we are going to see this temperature, kind of warmer temperatures stay with us through Monday of next week. Then Tuesday we'll get back to more seasonal weather. But this has been a really, really mild winter.
Yeah, it really has.
Got to be happy for that. Today is unfortunately the 30th anniversary of the Challenger space shuttle
Oh,
explosion.
is it really?
It was January 28th back in 1986. I remember exactly. Are you one of those people that this is one
I
of
know
those
exactly
things
where I was.
where you were when you heard it?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a meeting in my office at WTRX in Flint, Michigan, and our sales manager, who's a cut-up, a guy who just jokes about everything and is irreverent as hell,
Right.
came running in and saying the space shuttle Challenger just blew up, and we thought he was joking. And of course, it turned out, unfortunately, not
He
to
was
be a
not
joke.
joking. I was, my mom and I had taken my 3 daughters to McDonald's for lunch. Just pulled in my driveway and I heard it on the news. I can remember sitting in my Buick Century listening to it thinking, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, tragic.
That was, and everybody for the rest of the day did not leave their televisions.
Right.
Somebody asked us on Periscope if we're going to be in Frankenmuth Live tomorrow. Yes, it's going to be a Johnny and Blondie Extra. And we're going to even attempt to
What?
to broadcast during our drive from here to there.
Okay.
We're physically located now in these new studios here, right across from the Work Library in downtown Bay City on Center Avenue at 509 Center Avenue in Bay City. So we're going to drive from here to Frankenmuth after the show tomorrow and give you a little preview of the Snowfest before it all melts, because we're going to have 40-some degree weather all weekend.
Right.
So, and maybe even some rain on Sunday they're talking about now.
All right.
Expecting 80,000 people in Frankenmuth on Saturday or so. That's just on Saturday alone. And of course, the warming tent will feature a lot of great entertainment. And they have fireworks on Saturday night. Today is Blueberry Pancake Day.
Yeah.
Celebrate the sacred blueberry pancake. Happens to be my favorite. Blueberry waffles and blueberry pancakes are my favorites. Data Privacy Day, encouraging you to ask these kinds of questions and to look after, value, and protect your, in other words, protect your data. Kazoo Day today. Nobody brought their kazoo to work though, huh?
I did not.
I left mine at home again.
I'll tell you what, if you want to, if you and your kids have kazoos and you want to come up here and be our kazoo orchestra today,
I love that.
come on over to 509 Center Avenue. We'll give you some prizes from the Johnny and Blondie junk pile that we took out of our
Back
office.
of my car, full
when
of it.
we had like an hour to clear out, so we took everything.
On Saturday, not the day I got fired, yeah.
Exactly, 25 years worth of junk, and we'll sign all of it, and it's really pretty much junk, but we got some cool junk.
They're memories to us.
Yeah. So if you bring your kazoo family up here this morning and go on the air with us, we'll set you up, all right?
You might want to tell everybody who's coming in today.
Bob
Old
Hughes,
friend Bob Hughes is back, baby.
and I believe Josh Sherrill, our producer, has lined up a local musician for us today, too.
No, we have John Belsmith, actually. John did the doodle exhibit that's going on right now
Oh.
in Studio 23.
All right.
But
Oh.
So
good news is Jeff Yance will be in Monday morning.
Oh, I love Jeff.
All right.
Jeff is going to do a performance.
Mr.
for us.
Happy.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
And by the way, when this dual guy comes in here, these are things we're going to be able to show on camera to people.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
All
so,
visuals, yeah.
so we'll put that up on Periscope for you guys, and on Yahoo, or rather YouTube, and on the Facebook streaming live.
And if you've got a special talent or a hobby, give us a email at johnnyandblondie@gmail.com, and we'll get you on the air.
I had everything set up for Facebook last night, and now this morning it hates me. So we're
Of
working on it
course.
right now. A lot of
Of
people are
course.
asking about it.
Time check 6:43 here on the morning thing. By the way, this is our request number 989-414-1208. It's not a request number because we don't play requests. What we do on this show, for those of you who may be new to it, is feature nothing but the local talent, local original talent. We're not talking about cover bands or anything here.
Musicians, comedians, whatever your talent or hobby is.
Well, as far as the music goes, it's
Music,
all
yeah,
local,
absolutely.
local, and
So
original
much
music.
good local music.
What do they call that when they have the puppet and then they don't talk? Their mouth doesn't move? Ventriloquist?
yeah.
We don't want those. That's not going to be very good.
No, they don't work on.
No.
No. In fact, I can do my ventriloquism app right now.
Can you?
Shut up, you big dummy. Okay, there it is. See?
Wow, that was awesome.
Don't
There.
appreciate where your hand was. But
Today is the 28th day of the year, as we said. Groundhog Day is coming up Tuesday, February 22nd. Super Bowl 50 is a week from this Sunday. This Sunday,
That's actually good.
Pro Bowl is this weekend. Nobody cares, right?
What's that?
That's when they take all the guys that weren't the best because they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, and they put the best of each of those teams on teams together. So the AFC goes against the NFC. It's like an
An
all-star
Eagle
game
yeah.
for football. It's
Yeah.
called the Pro Bowl, and nobody cares.
Nobody.
The birthdays today include evangelical pastor Rick Warren, founder and senior pastor of Saddleback Church, the mega church in Lake Forest, California. A lot of people have heard of. Of course, he is 62 years old today. Alan Alda,
Oh,
one of
Alan.
my all-time favorite actors,
Yep. MASH.
whose political views, I don't always agree with, but he's just so endearing. You gotta
Yeah.
love the guy. Alan Alda's birthday is today. He is 80 years old today. Amazing. Happy birthday to
He's
him.
how old?
80.
Wow.
Barbie
Wow.
Benton, remember her?
Oh, yes, I sure do. Hugh Hefner's old flame.
Whoopty. Yeah, she's
Yeehaw!
66 years old today. Sarah McLachlan is 48.
Oh,
I like her until she comes on with those
the pet commercials?
Yeah.
dogs. Oh, I can't do
Awful.
My grandson, Braden, when that is on, he has to leave the room.
it, man. That's me too. I'm like, no. Change it.
Sarah McLachlan is 48 years old today. Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, who recently we told you on the show yesterday, was the guy that took out a bouncer at a bar. He is turning 36 years old today. Elijah Wood is 35 years old today.
Okay.
Joey Fatone is 39 from NSYNC. What is this, battle of the boy bands here? You got Joey Fatone and Nick Carter both celebrating birthdays today, from NSYNC and Backstreet Boys respectively. And the lovely actress Ariel Winter, who's from Modern Family, plays Alex Dunphy. She's
She's the one who's emancipated from her family.
Exactly, in real life. And
Yeah.
sounds like she wants to do it on the show, too, in
Right.
Modern Family. She's 18 years old today. Happy birthday to all those celebrating birthdays on the 28th of January. Blondie, do we have a forecast?
We do indeed for the Mid-Michigan area. Today, it's a little icy out there, so take a little bit of extra time getting to wherever it is you're on your way to. Patchy snow showers and freezing drizzle early this morning. Then snow showers likely for the rest of the day. Cloudy with a high near 36. Tonight, with a chance of snow showers before what, Josh?
Chances
Before what?
Like
I
before,
said,
let's
can I
say,
do my own damn weather?
let's
and you
say,
Right.
let's say 7.
before 7.
All right.
Okay, I'll think of it for you later.
Take that, Torrid Gross.
What the hell's that all about?
Josh typed up the weather for me this morning.
Oh, and he left off the end?
Before chance of snow showers before. Before what? Cloudy with a low around.
Before Blondie has her second bottle of wine. All right?
Oh, that's gonna be like 5:30 or so.
It's gonna snow. That's what's important.
Low around 17 for this evening. Friday, partly sunny. Tomorrow's Friday already? Holy smokes! Partly sunny with a high near 26. And for Saturday, for your Snowfest weekend, a chance of an afternoon snow shower, mostly cloudy with a high near 36, and unfortunately a high near 42 on Sunday. Currently 32 in the Tri-Cities. It's 31 in Flint.
All right. We talk a lot on our show, and we always have, about science, about technology.
Yes.
And one of the big science stories that's been going around the last couple of years is how they're going to end aging for all of us. They're going to put a cap on it.
Thank you.
They figured this aging thing out. Well, here yesterday, a story came out that said scientific advances that will significantly delay the aging process could be as close as a decade away.
Really?
which is great. But I need them now.
Can we back the train up?
Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering. You know, I'll be 71 or so at the time. Will it? Can I take myself back to 40 or something like that? By the way, but the researchers.
So you're 62.
61.
You're gonna be 62.
I'll be
You'll
62
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, April.
If you at your age could go back in time to a certain age, which one would you go back to?
The year I married my bride.
Oh, shut up. Be for real.
I was 26. Now, actually, I got to me, being in your 30s is about the best time of your life.
I'm actually having a good time right now.
You know, I've had a great time, don't get me wrong. But if you were to measure, you know, because all things coming together, you've got a young family, you're
Right.
settled, you're starting to make more money.
Right.
And people don't treat you like a kid anymore.
Right.
And you're smarter, because remember what we found out from those scientific studies, that
Morning, Paul.
you don't really become an adult, brain-wise, till somewhere between 26 and 30 years old. For most people, it's around 26. For my kids, it was closer to 30. But I'm just saying,
I'm thinking, what's it going to kick in for us?
you know,
Are we ready for this?
what's that?
We're going live on Facebook for the very
This
first
is it?
time.
First
Should I
time.
take a picture of us
Our
going live?
first Facebook Live day.
3, 2, 1.
JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
Blondie!
Blondie is the first
Hi.
face you see on our Facebook Live. The reason that this is big is because Facebook is something that we have more followers on than anything else.
Oh, it's crazy.
We're working towards 3,000 on Periscope for you Periscope folks, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the other numbers are. Josh hasn't given us our numbers yet from JohnnyAndBlondie.com, but they're pretty significant. Facebook.
Well, we have to add all of them up together. It's incredible.
And Facebook alone, we have over 9,000 followers now. So
Over 9.
and that's going to, they're going to all be informed of this whenever it happens. Now we're having problems with Facebook. I can tell by the
I'm having
Josh is
problems all together today already.
I can tell by the fact that
I'll
he's
get you a
got
Midol. Calm down.
fire spitting out of his eyes right now. So it must be a problem on Facebook.
Nothing is working.
All right, we're working on it, folks. These are all things we'll get to. All righty. What else is going on in the news? Hillary Clinton said her experience as Secretary of State gave her an additional understanding of what she'd have to do as president. She learned she's going to have to be a more convincing liar, I think,
Gonna
is
get her own
what she
email
learned.
account and do her own damn crap. Yeah.
It's 6:50 now on the Johnny and Blondie show, and as mentioned to you earlier this morning, we've got a lot of local music that we're going to be featuring on this show. And
I
coming
heard
up.
from Scott Baker this morning.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, from his last album.
All right, Frank Gorski coming up in a minute here. Our word of the day. People have been asking us to do a word of the day.
What is it?
Something we started as a New Year's resolution at our old job, and something we didn't know you still wanted us to do on our new one, so we'll do it. And
Okay, so we're going to do word of the day, and you must use it in a sentence at least once today.
well, we'll use it
Ooh.
several times. It's Jeremiah.
This is a challenge for everybody. Jeremiah?
Jeremiah with a D on the
How do you
end.
spell that?
Jeremiad. Jeremiah
Oh, what does that mean?
is our word of the day, and
Jeremiah.
basically it is a prolonged lamentation
Okay.
or complaint. Lamentation, lament. A prolonged complaint, Blondie, you
I
know.
Oh
What?
my gosh, it
What's
went
that
off
word
again.
mean? Dumb it
A
down for us.
complaint? What does complaint mean? A prolonged
Lamination.
complaint?
Lamination.
Lamination. Lamentation.
Lamentation.
You're lamenting something. Lamenting is complaining or crabbing about something.
Okay.
All right, so
Facebook.
a cautionary or angry harangue would be a Jeremiad. For instance, Mrs. Wing, no, better yet, Blondie
I don't even know.
Blondie waggled a finger at us and launched into a doleful Jeremiad about how we would come to no good end. All right,
And that's all I got to say.
against today's culture of excessive consumption and environmental degradation are rooted in a thrift ethic that he acquired
Okay.
early in life.
It's too deep for us, man.
So
Blondie wagged her finger at us. Here's statements about certain women using derogatory was he said, I am not going to be in that debate. I'll do something else that night. Now, what I think he wanted was Megyn Kelly to go away as one of the moderators
He
of the
did.
panel.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. And further, they kind of upped the ante a little bit when Fox executives, I forgot who it was, and I don't have the quote in front of me, if you can pull it up real fast. They came out with a statement about Donald Trump that was kind of funny, about him being a big baby. And
He is a big baby.
It was a sarcastic, they were kind of teasing him for skipping the debate tonight because of Megyn Kelly. Trump said he couldn't believe then that Fox would say such nasty and dumb things, because that's his job, of course. And they went on to say, I'm definitely not coming now. So in other words, he was still thinking of walking in there at the last minute and being the story of the
Making
night.
a scene,
This
yeah.
would have been part of his publicity. Now he's saying, because Fox issued this statement yesterday that kind of teased him a little bit, that he is definitely not going to show up. He's going to
Hurt
take
my
his
feelings.
he's taking his football and going home, Josh. Remember those when we were kids?
Taking my toys and going home. You made me mad.
That's right. And the kid with the football took his football home, though we couldn't play football. Remember, that was the problem. So
How screwed up would it have been if they would have taken Megyn Kelly out of the moderator?
Oh, that would have
position?
been horrible.
It would have been a terrible decision from
yeah,
Fox.
yeah, and they would never do that. You got to give them a little more credit. They just not gonna. That's somebody dictating your news, and you as a news organization, that's one of those golden rules. You just don't allow it.
Just like this show.
What's that? What's the golden rule here?
I don't know. Nothing's working. I got,
Hey.
I got nothing for
Nothing's
you.
working this
I
morning.
can't help anybody.
Are you
Facebook.
I have a. By the way, I'm not getting my
Yeah.
my feed on Periscope
I
over
can't
here
help
either.
you.
It's all delayed.
All right.
It's like the internet's really slow in here this morning.
Everything has gone to hell.
All right.
YouTube though, YouTube where we got a whole 3 people over there, it's just streaming away.
Oh, YouTube is good. All right, YouTube, you should keep watching us.
No, it's off too. I don't know.
But we're on
I think it's the
JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
internet. This is really delayed.
You can always hear us on JohnnyAndBlondie.com, of course. We're live on Periscope, where supposedly about 105 people are still watching us, but I'm not sure if we can get it to come up on our stream here. All right, I have a 100th birthday to celebrate today.
Well,
Oh,
congratulations.
And not me.
Oh,
Well,
you
I'm
look
getting
good
there.
for that,
I'm getting
yeah.
there. They said the website is working good on
Thank God.
Periscope. Yeah, that we have
On
going.
Periscope?
On Periscope, yeah.
Mine's really delayed.
YouTube's dead. Facebook, I can't get Facebook to work.
Now we're starting to get more people back on Periscope. What happens with Periscope is every time it drops out, we lose. We start with 400 people and it goes down, down, down. People watch it then on the delay throughout the day, which you can go back to Periscope throughout the day and for the next 24 hours and watch that day's show until they get rid of it 24 hours later. Hi, Johnny and Blondie. This came from Sherry Binder.
Hi, Sherry.
Or Binder, I'm not sure how she pronounces her name, but she says, first I want to say I've listened to you for the last 10 to 15 years every morning, so I felt the heartbreak with what happened, and I was so happy to hear you back on the air again.
Thank you, Sherry.
I want to announce, if possible, that my grandma, Mary Anna Grzinski, or Mary Anna Grzinski, is going to be 100 years young this Saturday, January 30th.
Oh, happy birthday, and how lucky are you to still have your grandma?
Beyond that, listen to the rest of this. The remarkable thing about her is she owns Joe's Appliance Store in Bay City, where
Oh
she
my
works.
goodness.
Where she works every day.
Where's that at?
I think it's on 15.
On
I've
15.
seen that.
Maybe.
All right, I have to go. I think I know where you're talking about. Yeah, she owns Joe's, where she works all day answering the phone and waiting on customers, even with limited mobility and difficulty hearing sometimes.
At 99 years old, she's still working?
And on
Wow.
some days, you'll probably even find her trying to clean.
On Kosciuszko.
She has a.
Oh, yes,
It's
it
on
is.
Kosciuszko?
Yeah.
Okay. She has a fierce drive and determination to keep the legacy going that she and my grandpa started back in
Aw.
1941. Thank you for your time and thank you for what you do.
What's grandma's name?
Mary Anna Grzinski.
Mary Anna Grzinski.
Yeah, Mary.
Happy birthday to you.
Perfect person to have at your front desk, because if she messes up, you're not going to yell at her.
Yeah.
I promise you
Yeah.
that right now. They'll be like, it's okay, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I just love
It's
that.
like being annoyed with me. Well, I'm really angry in the car anyway, but I'm just really angry, and I finally get next to this person who's ticked me off all the way there. It's an old person. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with me?
Somebody's grandma.
Oh my God, what is wrong with me?
In other news this morning, after 4 glasses of wine,
Yeah.
see, this
I'm in.
I know I get your attention. This is
Pinot.
why you don't want to do your box of Pinot tonight. A European businessman,
Right.
after 4 glasses of wine, paid $1 million for a photograph of a potato.
Whoa.
Oh, after 4 glasses? Well, I don't have $1 million, but what? What?
It's
Makes
like
you-
with Prime and drink, isn't it? You get Amazon Prime and then you start drinking? Well,
Yeah.
It makes you feel better about drinking that bottle of Fireball and waking up next to that Waffle House waitress, doesn't it, Josh?
There should be some kind of app that you put on your devices that if you've been drinking, it just locks it up so you can't buy anything.
Yeah,
or
breathalyzer.
you can't text anybody.
You got to breathe into it to get it
Yeah.
started or something. If it comes up high on the alcohol side, you're not allowed on.
What was special about the potato?
That's a good question. My guess is that it was some photograph by a famous photographer that was considered art, but it was still nonetheless a photo of a potato. What people consider art, sometimes is, well, in the eye of the beholder. I got a question for you guys.
All right, we've got.
I
an
think
answer.
my wife is abusing me.
You have bruises? Can you prove it?
Yeah, I do. I actually have bruises. And here's how she's doing this. My wife has decided that you know the old slug bug, no slugs back
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and now bruiser for a cruiser.
Right.
She's decided that that is her way of beating me to death. We're driving down the road, and especially, by the way, for whatever reason, I was in Midland with her the other day, and you people in Midland have got to stop by in those damn cruisers. There's a PT Cruiser at every stoplight at every corner in Midland.
I've got an HHR. Can we use that?
No,
They look
that's
almost
the
same.
right.
Yeah.
And she's done that a few times, and I've gotten her back because I said, nope, that's a Chevy. Take it back, and I hit her back.
You don't hit her.
We're driving down the road. We're punching each other, and she's laughing. She thinks I think this is an excuse for her to abuse me, to take out all her frustrations.
Oh, she's not abusing you.
That's the rule, though. If they punch you and it's not a slug bug, you get to hit them in the face.
Oh, in the
It's a
face.
law, yeah, right in the face.
It's the law.
Fitzy says that guy that took the $1 million and bought the photo of the
Potato.
he was trying to mash his funds.
Oh.
Thanks, Fitzy.
What was I gonna mean?
Work on it. Bray and I do it too. They do
You're not coming on to fill in for me when I'm in the hospital with that kind of a joke.
this. Yeah,
Work
Fitzy.
harder, Fitzy.
When Periscope disconnects, it says broadcast too full.
Oh, that's a good thing. It's not my fault then. What's wrong with you?
It's your fault. Yeah.
Good morning, gorgeous, says Liz. I don't know if she's talking
Morning.
to me.
Ah, that's my friend
Morning,
Liz.
Liz.
Hi, Liz.
What? Oh, what happened to the banner that was behind Johnny? We forgot to put it up.
I'll do it right now.
We have to put it up every day.
Busy day.
That's get over here, my co-partner. Oh, all right. Why do you keep leaving the scissors by Blondie? Because we don't trust anybody else with them. Check your email. I sent you a few. It says, "Good morning from Lazinski's this morning, listening in here on our show." There's our beautiful banner that was made for us. We've had several people that have been working very hard for us, and this gentleman here.
Oh, there's the back of Johnny's head.
Yeah. It's done just a terrific job, and I don't have his name in front of me. It's Tim, but I don't remember the rest of his name. I think it's Dixon. And I want to thank
Dixon? I
Tim
like a Dixon.
Dixon Cider. That's one of our sponsors. Dixon Cider is one of our sponsors, aren't they?
Yeah.
You'll love Dixon Cider.
I love it.
If you've never heard of Dixon Cider, but Dixon. Get your
I got it.
Dixon Cider is one of our sponsors we'll have on the show.
Be careful when you go to their website, though. Spell it right.
All righty.
Hey, Bobby!
Bob Hughes is in the
where's this
house.
radio
Get over here.
Bob Hughes in the house. Let's get you over here where people can see you and talk to you.
Hey!
Over there. Hiya,
where?
Bob.
Right
Well, come on. For now.
Kind of a crap shoot.
Okay, is that one working right there?
Yeah, it's on.
All right. There's Bob. Bob
Hi.
Hughes. There's a camera and there's a camera. One's right over your head,
Okay.
right above you, literally right above you.
Hi.
All right, and
That's
then
you, too.
right over there. And then there's one that Josh has right there. Is the Facebook Live.
Well, I'd like to say hi to John.
Say hi to Josh.
Is it on?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it is, Bob. Say hello, everybody.
Is this thing on?
It is.
It's on. Bobby, this
Hi.
feels like old times. I love
Yes,
this.
it is old times.
Yeah.
On who?
You have to stay close, bud.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, Bob Hughes is in the house, folks. And Bob Hughes, of course, the legendary, not only midday guy at WHN for years. Before that, he was the legendary morning guy at WIOG.
Another icon
And
in this
before
area.
that, he was the legendary musician from mid-Michigan.
And I was, yeah.
And Martha Schwartz and Burton, good morning. You can't see his face yet. There's Bob, get in the shot.
Okay,
would you?
I gotta
For crying
get
out,
my
people are
headphones.
already screaming
Let
at
him
me.
get adjusted here.
I got to get a headphone.
You don't need headphones.
Okay.
Just
Don't
talk
need
to us.
headphones. Okay.
So, Bob Hughes, of course, also from the Poppers from back in the day, back in the 60s music
A
scene.
few other groups too.
We've been, yeah. What was name the other groups you were with?
I was with Hard Times,
Uh
and believe me, it was Hard Times
Yeah.
while I was with Hard Times.
huh. And
And yeah, I played in some groups out in Phoenix.
right.
I played country music, believe it or not.
I did love to see. Yeah, I actually saw Bob in a country music get up one time. He showed me a picture, I think.
Yes,
one
my
time.
hair was down to my
Yeah.
shoulders.
Out here, cowboy hat. He's
Yeah.
playing guitar. You cannot imagine. Bob is like as non-country guy as you can come in to ever meet. But country music, is good music, and
Well, yeah.
and you're a
well,
good musician, so you play it.
When I was playing country music, it was good country music. It was back in the 70s,
Right.
you know, and we were playing stuff by Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson, stuff like that.
Well, you were doing the real solid.
Yeah, we're
country,
doing the
yeah.
real country. Now it's like country rock and roll.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is.
It's southern rock is what it is.
Some of them, but some of it's even more pop.
Yeah.
It's just it's evolved. I actually like it,
Well,
but I know that hardcore country people don't.
No, you know, and it's evolved, but I think there's something to be said about tradition, as far as really as far as music, especially.
Right.
You know, and I think somebody ought to try to hang on to that tradition. You know.
Right. You're still not on camera. They're saying here. We've
Yeah.
got, and I'm looking here, and he's not. You're barely on, Josh.
We're not going to be able to do Facebook for long
All
because
right.
this is going to be.
All right, that's the Facebook. But we got to get Bob into the shot here for everybody on Periscope. So we'll work on that.
Tell people on Facebook how they can listen to us online, and then.
Yeah, you folks that are watching us on Facebook, go to JohnnyAndBlondie.com or download the Periscope app or the TuneIn app. You can listen to us on TuneIn. You can actually watch us as well on Periscope. They're all free apps once you get them loaded in your phone. Just follow Johnny and Blondie Live and you'll get to it. Or just go straight to the website, JohnnyAndBlondie.com. That's www.JohnnyJohnnyAndBlondie.com. Why do you smile?
I'm so fascinated when he does that. It sounds like it's a little song, doesn't it?
It does a little because all the
B-I-N-G-O.
you know, we got to work that out, yeah.
I
JohnnyAndBlondie.
I need a taller stool.
You need. Sounds like a personal problem.
I had a big stool before I got here.
Can we move? I'll tell you what. Let's move you into Josh's position here for just temporarily, and we'll move
Okay.
Josh into your position. That way, people can see your lovely face.
All right.
Because your fans are screaming at me that they're not seeing Bob. All right.
Hi.
So now you got to kind of lean into that shot right there.
Right there.
Yeah. And I'm still not. There you go. There's Bob.
Hi.
Bob Hughes is here, ladies and gentlemen. If you can see him, you can face that camera, give him a big wave. Face this camera, give him a big wave on YouTube. All right, there you go. All right, Bob Hughes is officially in the house. Love talking to you. Bob, what we're doing on this show, and the reason I mentioned your association with the music scene,
Right.
you remember that in Michigan, when you were doing this in the 60s and the early 70s, Michigan was a hotbed
Oh, yeah.
of musical talent that was
Yep.
exploding on the national scene.
It still is.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Right now, and when I first came here, I can't say that was the case. When in the 80s, it just didn't seem to be happening around
No,
here.
it wasn't. It wasn't. But I think there's been a rebirth of the local talent here, and there is plenty of it. There always has been. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost as if there are different pockets around the country where there are a bunch of people in the same area that are really, really
I
talented.
think they feed off of each other is what ends up
Yeah,
happening.
that happens, but it's almost like an organic thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And for years it was Seattle was a
Right.
hotbed of that music, like
Right.
we're talking about. Here, right now, we have an exploding scene, and there are some bands there are a lot of scouts around looking for bands in this area right now. And we're going to be featuring them on this show because we started the whole thing off with Mandy Lane. She's a great talent. Her and the Lost Highway are just
Right.
unbelievable talent. And we're going to have Danny Vitani on in the future. We're going to have Jeff Schrems on in the future, and we're going to have a lot of these guys on because we've got such a burgeoning local music scene. We're even considering the possibility of doing a homegrown music festival this summer.
Well,
in the
I think
area.
that's a great idea because there isn't a venue
No,
for that.
no,
you know?
there really
There
isn't.
really is.
No. And so, we've been discovering these groups. We're going to be playing some of their recorded music from time to time, and we're having a lot of them come in and do some live acoustic in here with us on the show. So
great idea.
It's a ton of fun. I want to feature one of those songs right now. We're going to get Josh back here in a minute to tell you a little bit about this guy because this is a guy that Josh is very familiar with, another local. Oh, here you are. There's Josh right over here. I thought he walked out of the studio. Tell us about Frank Gorski.
I actually don't know Frank.
Oh, you
Frank emailed the show yesterday, and this song is just such an upbeat song that it had to be included. So
All right.
I'm excited to learn more about Frank and the group, though.
All right, so we'll be telling you more about it. And when you guys send us stuff for consideration, you send it to JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com, and Josh is the one you want to put it to his attention. So in the subject line, write Josh New Talent or something, or local talent.
And a little bio or something just about your group.
That's my point. When they do send the information, please send us not only the recording, but who you are, what you are, your background, and tell us a little bit about your group so that we have something to talk about if we don't know you, all right? This one's called Can't Stop the Rain. It's Frank Gorski with Johnny and Blondie on JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
Here's Johnny.
Cool.
Hey, buddy.
Been a while.
How are you, man?
Good.
How you doing?
Yeah.
The local music play the Poppers. We should play a Poppers song. We should have had you bring one with, but I don't think there's anything I can get on the internet. Is there any on YouTube?
No, and you know the format. I'd have to bring a 45 RPM.
Yeah, that might be a little rough.
Yeah.
Uh,
So how's this going? Is it running okay for you?
yeah,
You got any glitches?
we've had a lot of glitches, but we're working on it. And Josh is brilliant, so he gets everything taken care of.
Cool.
Is there any sugar here?
Sure, I'll take it.
That Facebook let me broadcast for like 2 minutes and then it kicked me off.
And it's
I looked up the 3 different Wi-Fis.
right.
So it's not an internet service provider. It's just that I don't know.
Maybe it is. Maybe they require so much bandwidth we can't do it.
I think we have too much going on in this area.
Maybe.
We have a streaming service, we have Periscope, we have YouTube, and we're trying to Facebook.
Yeah, but if you said they're all on 3 different Wi-Fis, that shouldn't matter, should it?
I don't know.
Ah, lost connection. Trying to reconnect. Great. I don't think that's on here, but I'm not bothered. Test. Over the monitors.
I turned the effect down, and hopefully.
It's coming over the monitor. Listen.
I can't help you right now.
Okay.
I hear it, yeah. I can't help you right now. I don't know.
JohnnyAndBlondie.com and Frank Gorski there, new local artist that we need to know more about. Frank Gorski with, I forgot the name of the song now.
Can't Stop the Rain.
Can't Stop the Rain. It's disappeared off of the screen there for us.
Catch Johnny and Blondie on Periscope, YouTube, and always streaming online at JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
I want to thank our sponsors, including Blue Digital. This is Blue Thumb Digital, folks, that you want to look up. They're the ones that are helping us a lot with our website and a lot of our social media stuff. Blue Thumb Digital. They're a local company, or the businessmen that formed Blue Thumb Landscaping, and they started working on the Blue Thumb website and doing such an incredible job. Some of Blue Thumb's customers started asking where they could get some assistance. Bob Hughes is in the house. It says, "Hi, Bob."
Whoop, whoop.
Hi.
No YouTube video now.
So Bob, what have you been up to, Bob?
Pretty much going back
I've
to
been
bed.
writing.
How's your screenplay coming?
It's coming well, very well.
Your screenplay.
The log line, as they call it, is a freshman senator, to tell the truth,
Oh, I don't like this.
thinks he can fix Congress, but instead uncovers a war for profit scheme and becomes the target of assassination.
Okay.
I like the whole thing about getting, so he walks up to like, he walks up to a political guy, and the guy automatically has to tell him the
Oh,
truth.
yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that concept. Alrighty, in other news this morning, there's a,
Salad again?
74,000 pounds of store brand pizza, Josh, is being recalled
Why are you
Come
looking at
on.
Josh?
because he just said yesterday about the pizza in him, remember?
It's just because I'm naturally the largest in the group,
No,
and that's why.
You were the one that yesterday
Wow.
on the air was talking about the pizza thing.
The big pizza, yeah.
Right, okay. Not that there's anything wrong with the pizza, but because they forgot to overcharge their customers for it, they
Right.
decided that they're going to recall 74,000 pounds of pizza from the stores out there. I don't know who Whole Foods is making it.
I like that, because they forgot to overcharge.
They forgot to overcharge. Well, have you ever been to a Whole Foods
Oh,
store?
yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, sure,
I've
it's all
spent a-
healthy.
I
and all.
haven't.
I have spent a fortune in that store. I've only been there twice, but both times
Yeah.
I walked out, in debt.
Yeah, you got it, because, you got to pay for your health, apparently,
Yeah.
when you buy the good stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Another new study out this morning has uncovered the links between personality traits and college mates tend to be partiers.
Partying.
Okay.
There is.
All right.
audience.
Rock on, Sheldon Cooper. Are you kidding me? All right, by the way, it's 7:15 here on the Johnny and Blondie Show. Johnny, Blondie rather has the weather forecast for us now. What's going on
I
today?
do. Today's a little slippery out. Did you have trouble getting here, Bob? The roads
No.
are a little slick.
Actually, they're okay now.
Okay, very good. Well, patchy snow showers and freezing drizzle early this morning. The snow showers likely for the rest of the day. Cloudy with a high near 36 tonight. A chance of snow showers before something. I'm not really sure yet. Josh,
7.
so- before 7.
Before
Josh.
7, he says, yeah.
Cloudy with a low around 17 Friday. Partly sunny with a high near 26. And for your weekend, Saturday, a chance of an afternoon snow shower, mostly cloudy, a high near 39. And Sunday, a chance of snow showers, cloudy with a high near 42 for your Frankenmuth Snowfest weekend.
You're listening to JohnnyAndBlondie.com, occasionally informative, but not on purpose.
Not really.
It just, we, every once in a while, we stumble upon some real information that you can use. For instance, you're not awake. And you're not awake, and you're not awake, and I'm not awake.
I suspected this.
Not fully until 20 minutes before 10 each morning is anybody awake. According to this, the
Wait a
zombie
minute.
apocalypse
How'd
is
you get
real.
to work?
Wait a minute. I've been sleeping until 11:30 since I got laid off.
Well,
you
yeah,
suck, really?
According to this survey, the average person wakes up at 6:30 in the morning, leaves their house at
Please.
7:23.
Okay.
They wake up at 6:30 with us because that's what time we sign on here on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. Leave the house at 7:23. Finally, feel ready to interact with other human beings at 8:40, and not fully with it until 9:40 each morning.
Wow.
So how the hell did you do your morning show?
All those
last-
years?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
it says the average
Sleeping.
person gets up at 6:30.
I
We
know.
got up
We
at
used to get up at
3 a.m.
3.
So you can move all that back 3.5 hours to come up with the time that
Right.
was best for
Now
us.
we're lucky. We get up at 4 now.
Yeah.
The survey also found that 60% of people, 60, go through their commutes so mindlessly they don't even remember driving to work.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's happened.
me.
That's
Yeah.
happened to me before. I
That's
was
me.
on my way to Saginaw and I went over the Zilwaukee Bridge of all places, and then I got off on my exit. I went, oh my god, I don't remember going over the Zilwaukee Bridge.
I know, yeah.
It's
What did I
amazing.
do?
Because you do it every single day. It's just repetition.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, did I stop at the stoplight?
These are
I hate
questions that I've asked myself on
I
the way
know.
home from the bar.
Oh, well, that's a little bit of a different story.
Hey, if you want to talk to any of us, remember our number is 989-414-1208. If you want to email, it's johnnyandblondie@gmail.com. And if you want to listen to us, there are a number of ways to do that. You can do it at JohnnyAndBlondie.com. You can do it with the TuneIn app on your smartphone. Download it. It's a free app, and then just look for Johnny and Blondie Live. You can also watch us on the Periscope app, where the video would be included with the audio. Again, downloading the Periscope app for free onto your smartphone in order to do that. We're also on YouTube.com and occasionally on Facebook.
It's a disaster over here.
The Johnny and Blondie Live Facebook page is going to have live video eventually. Every time we turn it on this morning, though, it cuts us off after a couple of minutes, so we're trying to figure that out. YouTube, you also search for Johnny and Blondie Live. Same thing on TuneIn. Yes, you were looking at me funny.
No, I'm happy.
Or you're always looking at me funny. Should I be worried?
It's my only
You look
choice.
funny.
That's all I got now.
So Bob Hughes is in the house, everybody.
I love it.
Hey.
It's like old times.
Why did you blow us off yesterday? Can you reiterate on that?
Yeah, I was at Shanty Creek Tuesday night doing
You had
a
a
trivia
DJ?
game. No, doing a trivia game.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
doing trivia again, everybody.
Where are you doing it?
At
his house. You just
I've
stop
been
into the house.
No, I've been. I don't have a regular spot yet.
Right,
It's
okay.
been Dean Rush
From here to there.
my agent.
Would you
Dean
like a
Rush.
regular
Right.
spot?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody
Yeah,
out there?
we've got some negotiations going on.
Good.
So.
It's saying right now YouTube's just audio. Sorry. We have to interrupt from
That's
time to
okay.
time. I apologize. It's the way
You always
this
did
new-
that to me anyway.
It's the way this new system works with Periscope. In order to respond to Periscope people, we got to let people know right away. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, where was I? Well, anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like a
We're
regular
currently
game.
in negotiations for
All right.
a regular spot.
That would be
Well,
fun to see you out.
That'd be great.
Where we could catch up with you every week.
Well,
And we
it's-
could promote it on this show for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long
is
does it take
fun.
to get to Shanty Creek?
Actually almost 3 hours.
When are you
my
going to be at
goodness.
Shanty?
He was.
No, I was there Tuesday
Oh,
night,
Tuesday.
and I got done with trivia at 11 o'clock
Uh-huh.
and drove home.
Oh,
so-
they could have given you a room.
And,
That's why I texted
Yeah.
him. I'm like, you know what, Bob? The more I think about it, you're going to be flipping tired.
well, it was
Yesterday morning,
really
so-
bad driving on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even the expressway was slippery.
Oh, boy.
It took me 3 hours to get home, so, no, more than 3 hours. About 2:30 I got.
All right.
got home,
Yeah.
so,
Wow. All right, there's somebody calling in now.
yeah, can you take phone calls?
Yes, we can take
Oh,
phone calls,
great.
except I can't answer them apparently.
Why not?
I'm going
They
back
hung
to
up.
bed,
They
man.
only-
It's
it
not
only
been a
rang.
good
I know,
day.
but that number, once again,
Yeah.
989-414-1208.
Yeah, they apparently only rang once anyway, Josh, but, or maybe it's automatically hanging up on them, I don't know. But you guys can try to call us at 989-404.
You know what's exciting about this?
What's that?
People are listening all over the world right
We have thousands and thousands of
Yeah.
people listening on all
now. My
separate
sister is
devices.
listening in Arizona
Yeah.
right now.
How you doing, sis?
Hi.
She's up early.
Well, she made a point to get out.
All right.
Yeah, check it out.
There we
So
go.
it's her baby brother.
Hello, who's on the phone with us?
No, there's nobody on the
Nobody. Oh, you were just testing it?
Now they are.
Oh, okay. Now we got somebody on the phone with us, I'm told. Hello, who's on the phone with us? Hello out there?
Hello.
Yeah, see, I think it's hanging up on him, Josh.
Hello.
I know you guys are trying to call us. We apologize, but we're having an issue again.
We are having big issues this morning.
Surprise nobody.
Good morning, Ann Arbor.
Connected to Skype and waiting a new call. Recording is finished on the
All right, I
multiple
got it.
call recorder. It's
He's
your
on
call recorder that's messing it up, I think. Scientists successfully implanted cells
Yeah.
that manufacture insulin
Really?
in mice.
I love it.
Speaking of good news, by the way, for diabetic rats, Chris Christie's gaining in Iowa.
So diabetics
Johnny.
right now, they have to swallow a rat in order
That's what they're going to have to do to fix their
I
diabetes.
know what you gotta do.
Well, this should be cool. What they're getting at, of course, is they're finding, hopefully, a cure for diabetes,
Oh,
which
yeah.
would be very awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's some really exciting advancements on the horizon.
Yeah.
There really are.
For a
And
lot of things.
that's why,
Diabetes,
you know-
cancer.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
That's
great.
why I've always said I'm going to live to be 100 years old.
Do you
And-
want to live till 100?
Yes, I do,
I do.
because, there'll be medical advances that'll make it easier for me to,
We had
navigate.
I don't know if you were listening on your way in, but we had the story when we started the show off that yesterday came out. Scientists are saying that they believe that this anti-aging stuff that they're working on is probably 10 years away, and we're going to.
And
it'll be
it's
here.
real.
And it's real. And it'll
Wow.
be here in about
Go for
10
it.
years. Hello out there. Anybody on the phone? Still
So-
not there, Josh.
So all
The person who's talking to him.
We're
all I have
Oh,
to
they're
do
there.
is make it for
They're
another,
there? Hello?
make it for another 10 years, and I'm good to go.
Oh, stop it.
Hello, caller. Are you there? How do you figure they're still there?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry
Hello?
guys. I don't know. We're having an issue. If you're calling us, please bear with us. We'll get it fixed here.
I have no desire to live to 100.
I do.
None.
Yeah, why not?
I would love
I
to.
don't know.
No. The best is yet to come, and that's my mantra.
Do you think
the
so?
best is yet to come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't-
Only if the rest of the people that I love are going to be hanging around too.
Well,
If
they'll
they're
be
not,
able
then
to,
forget it.
if there are medical advances that
Yeah.
make life easier at an older age, they'll take advantage of it too.
All right.
Oh, please. I'm going to be lucky if I make it to the end of the year.
You will.
Mm,
You will.
I think the idea of living to 125 is awesome.
Yeah,
I-
I want to see what's going on around
What
here.
you're going to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, to me, we're in the middle of a great revolution right
Oh,
now.
we are. Yeah.
Hello out there. Caller, can you hear me? I don't know what it is, Josh. They're
Everything's
probably,
the same.
I don't,
Is the volume fair?
No,
they're
I-
still,
Everything is the same.
try that one.
Answer.
Anybody there? Can we talk to you? No,
This is great radio.
nobody's coming up.
Hello? Hey, you want me to call you?
Got hundreds of people calling, but we can't talk to you for some reason. I have no idea why. A study found that 1 in 4 drivers struggle to park the car. That sounds low, though.
Hand in the air over here.
Yeah. My wife is better than me at it, though.
I'm horrible at parking. The first day we came to work here, I went out and looked at my car, and I'm like, everybody's all this egging on, and I'm like this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an idiot.
Back when I had a car to drive, remember those days?
Yes.
I was driving a beautiful Silverado truck for my friends at Garber.
Uh-huh.
And I love these trucks, but in modern parking lots today, there's not enough room to park a
No.
4-door truck.
No.
Well, it depends on what store you're going to. I've noticed this.
Yeah.
Meyer has huge parking spaces.
Oh, really?
Walmart, not so much.
God, you're sticking. You can't get in
Yeah.
between the cars.
Well,
You're sticking out.
It's like they're trying to squeeze as many cars in their parking lot as they can.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody's ringing, but I don't even.
I don't.
I don't even see how to answer it. Oh, there.
Oh, you're signed in on your laptop.
That's causing some
Is
issues.
that what the issue is?
Oh, for
Right there.
crying out
Way to
loud. It's
go,
all your
Bert.
fault. You're blaming Josh all morning?
Yeah.
What the
All right.
what?
Way to go, Bert.
Apologize to this young man.
We've always been signed in on my laptop every day, but okay.
Oh, here we
Go ahead
go.
and sign us out there, Josh, and we'll see if that fixes it, all right? It is, we're gonna get this phone fixed sooner than, I wanna do an impossible trivia question. We got some great prizes I wanna give away, so stand by here. It's 7:25 now, and we'll get to the weather here in a minute. We're gonna try and remember to do the weather for you guys. We're working on a format for this show, but every 15 minutes at the bottom and at the posts, at the 15-minute posts, 15:45, top of the hour and bottom of the hour. So we're working on that for you guys. I also wanted to mention we have some sponsors for this show that are very, very important to us, and we'd like you to please check out our sponsors, and they are, among others, TCTmusic.com. TCTmusic.com is a great place if you're looking for a wedding DJ or you're looking for some entertainment at an upcoming event that you might have. TCT stands for Total Control of the Tracks, offering professional DJ entertainment services for weddings and a lot more. And they are a veteran-owned business. And if you've been listening to us since we got on the air with this new show, we've been telling you that we want veteran-owned businesses, especially, we want everybody, but we're going to give special deals to veteran-owned businesses. We want to support you.
Absolutely.
And TCT is one of those. They offer uplighting, karaoke, and a lot more, and a 10% discount to all veterans as well, and special rates for disabled veterans. So go to tctmusic.com to read more about them, and post that you heard about it here on the Johnny and Blondie Show, and you're going to be entered into a drawing to get a half-price wedding package. It'll only cost you like $450 for the whole package. So get on the website, TCTmusic.com, and mention Johnny and Blondie there, and that's how you sign up to win that. All right, just one of our fine sponsors here, TCTmusic.com, TCTmusic.com. All righty, now I don't even know what time it is. All right, 7:25 here on the morning show with Johnny and Blondie right now. We're talking to Bob Hughes, the legend, the man, the mouse. I don't know what else, I don't know how to what else to put in there.
The legend, the icon.
The icon in the studio with us here this morning, and it's like old home week because we got him in here. It's kind
Soon
of
to be accepting an Oscar,
Yes.
probably in a couple of years.
Yeah, okay, that'll be good.
Can we come to Hollywood?
Will you have any black actors that could be nominated?
Well, yes, I do. In my movie, I have one of the secondary characters.
Right.
Main secondary character is a gay black man.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Stereotyping those gay black men. Check it out, though. Do you have a website or anything where people can catch up with you? Facebook page?
Just
Facebook.
Facebook. I don't have a page, but I'm on Facebook.
All right, just look for Bob Hughes on Facebook. You
Right.
can hook up to him and
No,
send
it's
him a
actually
message.
Hughes Bob.
Hughes Bob, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
because there was a couple other Bob Hughes.
Is there a warrant out for Bob Hughes? And you
No,
guys go up to
no.
Hughes?
I changed it to Hughes Bob.
All righty, we have a phone call?
See if it works.
All right, see if it works. I will as soon as
Got
I...
my
I
finger
answered
crossed.
it.
What's that?
Go
Oh,
for it.
is somebody there?
It's me,
No.
but I can't hear you.
I gotta go figure this out.
All right. Josh is gonna go figure it out for you guys, all right?
I have nothing but dead air.
All right, we're working on it. Working on it. The famous working on it. We got to just put a recording here, a button we can press. Say we're working on it because that's what comes out of our mouth every 5
Working
minutes.
for you.
There's kind of a serious story I wanted to bring up here this morning for those of you who have kids.
Okay.
We've talked about these different challenges they do on Facebook and on Twitter, and how some of them are so dangerous. And it seems like the kids are challenging each other more and more to do dangerous
Yes.
things. This one, on the surface, does not look all that dangerous, but it can lead to danger. There's a Washington boy this morning who is suffering from a brain bleed
Oh, no.
after attempting the duct tape challenge. Now, what that is, kids are going around and they're doing this with
Oh
pictures
my
and videos
God.
on Facebook and on Twitter, and they're taking, like we would take Bob if we were
Right.
13 years old and stupid. We would take Bob over here in the corner, we'd wrap him in duct tape, and I mean wrap him, tie him up in duct tape.
What?
Not a
And
good
the
idea.
challenge is to get out of that duct
No,
tape.
no, no, no.
Well, this 14-year-old boy who lives in Renton, Washington, was playing this. It's this online competition that's going on with teenagers across the United States. And Sarah Fish, Skylar's mom, this little boy's name is, I don't want to say little boy, he's 14 years old, but his name is Skylar Fish. Skylar Fish.
Okay.
His mom told the news station that her son fell while he was trying to get out of the duct tape. He fell and hit his head on a concrete and metal window frame
Oh, no.
after his friends helped wrap his arm and legs tightly with duct tape as part of the challenge. The fall landed Skylar in the hospital, where he was treated for a crushed eye socket and
Oh, my
cheekbone
gosh.
and underwent immediate surgery for bleeding on the brain. I don't know what I would have done had I lost him, Fish told the Q13Fox.com on Monday. They told me over and over that he is lucky to be alive. So, again, another one of those silly things that kids are doing. They think it's harmless, and it's easy to understand why they would, but
You ever do something stupid like that?
Every day
Bob,
of my life.
me? No.
I
Every day
did.
of my life.
I
What'd you
did,
do?
and with almost the same result. Not quite as, really
Right.
injury related.
Right.
But you ever do that thing where you breathe in and out really fast, and somebody grabs you, hyperventilate,
Right.
and then you hyperventilate.
Yeah, and then
then
what-
you pass out.
Oh, no, I've never done that.
Well, there's supposed to be a person standing behind you to catch you.
Right.
you know?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I fell forward instead of backward, and I hit my forehead on the edge of my stereo receiver.
Oh,
I
geez.
still have the scar there.
Yeah.
Just lopped a big freaking,
Whoa.
Piece of
flap
your
of
head.
skin.
Right.
Yeah, oh, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, well, most of it, and how old were you when you did that?
About 21.
Okay, you should have been old enough to know better, but
Yeah.
Wow.
somebody said 13 years old is okay because they don't have all the body hair. I think he was wearing clothes when they wrapped him in duct tape, but it could have been even funnier if he wasn't. I guess.
Ouch.
Not really funny.
That's like a huge nads thing, isn't it? Like your whole
Nads,
body.
yeah, you're nadding your whole body. Yeah.
Natting your nerds.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, we did a lot of stupid things too. We've talked about them on our old show before, but remember the old metal patio tabletops?
Yeah.
I mean, back before they had really fancy furniture that could go just as well in your living room as it does out on your patio nowadays. They had just metal patio sets.
Sure.
And the metal tabletop usually rested on top of the legs, and the metal tabletop was usually one solid piece of steel with a curved
Correct.
edge on it.
Yep.
Obviously, where it's curved under, that cut edge could be fairly sharp.
Yeah.
And we found that out the hard way when we took off our kneecap. I took off my kneecap, didn't take off my
Ouch.
kneecap, took all the skin off of my
Ow.
kneecap when I was using it to sled down the side of a hill on the inside. And then, of course, I hit something and I
Ow.
slid forward on it. My knee went right into that edge. And yeah.
Ow.
So you thought you'd have a giant disc.
I thought, yeah, here's going to be fun. We're going to go faster than hell on this one. Just watch me. And that's what ends up happening. So
It's like one of those, hey, watch this.
I also, you notice this
I've got one of those
by the
too.
way, I noticed the other day, not only you, that a lot of people have scars right under their chin, right under their mouth, under their chin.
It's right here, man.
I do
Same thing.
too.
Yeah.
I got mine from diving off of the high dive towards the side of the pool because I was so afraid that I couldn't swim once I got down in the water.
You dove into the side of the pool.
I came down, all my body went into the water, but my chin caught the edge.
Oh,
Oh my God.
But I noticed, I was watching some singers singing on the video awards the other night, and one of them had, I don't remember who it was, and every once in a while you'll notice it on a news guy or something that you're watching on television. People seem to injure that part of their body a lot. So anyway, yeah, stupid things people do when they're kids. Hi from Colin. Love seeing the gang back together, said Kelly Landby, I believe.
Hi, Kelly.
She's from Coquitlam.
Yeah.
Coquitlam.
Good morning to Kelly.
Good morning.
Don't forget, February 9th, we go out on our first remote appearance.
You want to go, Bob?
Wow. Well, where are you going?
Cops and Donuts.
I lied a little bit. It's not really going to be our first remote appearance. I'll get to that in a minute. But February 9th is
Okay.
it's Punchki Day, Fat Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, right.
And we're going to be at Cops and Donuts in Clare.
I've never been there.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
come over to my house and we'll drive up there.
All right.
We'll do this broadcast from there, and if you come on out and join us, we'll have all kinds of special stuff going on there. But you can also go to their website, and you can even do that right now, today, and order for yourself some donuts from Cops and Donuts by going to copsdonuts.com. Donuts is spelled the right way, D-O-U-G-H instead of D-O. So copsdonuts.com. If you want to order, and you're in Idaho, we had the first day or a couple of days that we were on the air talking about this, and people from all over the country that were watching us on Periscope ordered from copsdonuts.com
Yes.
and got there, and then wrote back to us how incredibly good they were.
The donuts are phenomenal. They're like Grandma made them donuts. Oh, they're so
Yeah.
good.
All right, we also have a friend in the Botox business we've talked about before, Dr. Stephen Morris. There's surveillance video out of Coral Gables, Florida this morning showing a guy wearing a Santa hat making off with a suitcase full of Botox.
Oh, boy.
Cops are on the lookout for the Joker. No, I can't wait to see the look on this guy's face when they catch him. He'll probably be like this.
Yeah, right.
It was
You won't
just-
be able to smile.
I am smiling. I am smiling.
So what's he gonna do? Sell it on the black market or something?
Maybe, or Christmas is about to come early to Priscilla Presley. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
What something like that. Those Orange County inmates that planned that escape through the ductwork at the Orange County Jail are still at large. They have not been found anywhere. This was a brilliant escape. They're going to make a movie about it one of these days. They not only got out, but they must have had, because they took the scent dogs out to look for these guys, and they lost them on the road.
Oh, boy.
So they must have had a getaway car or someone waiting for them when
Very
they got
planned out.
They were
And
smarter than those other two guys.
those
last
other
year.
idiots,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, these guys could be in the Bahamas by now, for all
Yeah.
we know. But I'm waiting for the story, though, about the female prison worker, like the last time, that helped them do this, because they had to get cutting tools and things like that from
Yeah.
somebody inside the prison.
Probably paid a couple of guards off.
Yeah, maybe. They're saying it could be decades now before our troops are out of Afghanistan.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, if you'd have done it my way and turned the whole area into a glass parking lot, it'd just about be time to start moving people back in now. But no, they didn't. They didn't listen to us. Decades more before the troops may be out. According, and I don't know if this is coming out of the White House or just analysts that are taking a look at the picture over there and saying this is what it's going to
I
take.
doubt that it's coming out of the White House.
Well, they're the ones that say we're going to stay.
Well,
They
I know
were the
that.
ones
I know
said-
that, but they
Oh, here we
probably
go.
wouldn't commission a study like that.
All right.
So.
And they're off.
Yeah, right. Don't get me started on water.
On
I got a
water.
glass of water here, and
We're
I'm
talking about
hoping
Flint.
it's not
It's
from
not
Flint.
from Flint.
It is.
No.
It's the Flint
Oh!
water. That's the green or the Flint. Green is Flint.
You know, they ought to have, actually, they ought to have a glass that, you
Yeah.
pour the water in, and if it's bad water, it changes color.
That would be a
You
good
know?
idea.
Yeah, right.
But you know what? I think when you pour the water in and it's brown, that should be a pretty good
Well,
indication.
It could be, you might mistake it for a hot cocoa.
I mean, those people in Flint have been enduring something nobody should ever have to
Yeah.
go through. All of their houses are worth literally zero now.
And not only that, but you think about the future of your kids.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my God. Yeah.
Now, and here's the other thing they said. The state said this morning, the news story is that the state is identifying which areas really have a problem with lead and which don't have lead pipes there. And they're going to tell you, if you don't have lead pipes, you live in a house where there's no lead, don't worry about it, go ahead and drink
Oh,
the
no,
water.
no, no.
I'm not
Are you going to
drinking
trust them? Are you going to trust these people? That
No,
Trust them,
no,
no.
hell no.
All right, I think we have a caller. We're trying it
Well,
again.
one of our listeners is their son is coming home from Afghanistan next week, so you make sure you thank him for our service.
Thank him
for
for his
his
service.
service.
Or he can
Or
thank him
ours.
for our service,
Yeah.
too. Hello, is somebody
Love
on
to
the
have
phone?
him in.
Have anybody on the phone here?
I
It's
heard
Paul
that.
Ring, but he's way in the
That's
background.
Paul.
I can tell by the Hawaii.
Hang in there, Paul, so we can get this figured out.
Hold on, Paul, we're working on it.
I was just thinking about him the other day. I have several, probably close to 10 coffee cups that he has given me over the years. Every time he
Paul,
came,
yeah.
every time he
He's
came to
always so
visit us.
generous with
Yeah,
gifts, isn't
yeah,
he?
incredible.
Paul, are you there? It's
All
a
right.
little bit louder, but still not quite
Yeah,
loud
we're
enough.
working on
Make it
volume.
work.
We're working on
Okay,
it.
there
Go
we
ahead.
go.
What's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul. It's really good
There
to
we
hear your
go.
voice. Hey, yeah.
No, just I just want to say how much I miss you on the air and everything. I sent Blondie a couple of pictures on the Gmail.
Oh, I saw him last night, yeah, of you and me, I'll send it
Oh,
to you,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Our friend Dan Martin says we can sort of hear you. So if you talk really, really loud from Boston, maybe they'll hear you through the window too.
Can you yell really loud?
Jeez! Ow! Ow! Ouch!
You want my boss to fire me?
Yeah. Well, then you come to work with us.
Screaming on the production floor here.
So, what?
Yeah.
What's the latest death ray you're working on at Raytheon there?
Not too much right now.
Okay.
And everything. Just get more just the
Well, you'd have to kill us if you told us anyway. So.
Yeah.
No, not really. just a Patriot missile, that's all we're working on.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all.
And everything.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
I just wanted, like I said, I haven't talked to you for such a long time, Bob, and like I said, I miss you. Once you left, you know, after 9 o'clock until Blondie took over, we left the station, and now we don't even bother listening to it anymore.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, thanks, Paul. I really appreciate that. And yeah,
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Good.
Take care, and like maybe someday, like I said, maybe what I'll do is I'll be coming out next year. I'll let Blondie know, and she'll get in touch with you. Maybe we'll all get together for lunch.
okay, sounds good.
Absolutely, it's a
Yeah,
date.
sounds great.
Good Thank you, Paul. All right,
Bye,
bye.
Paul.
Alrighty, bye, Paul.
Good morning to TNT Dog Center in Midland. Is Bob on another radio station right now? No, he's with us this morning, and that's it right now, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Great to see you, says brought cookies.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
You could
cookies.
bring us cookies.
Yes.
She probably means something other than cookies. You know, cookies in Bob's world is different than cookies in our world, you know.
I thought that was something on your computer.
Blondie's right in the heart zone. I don't know what that. Oh, you're apparently.
I'm over.
Yeah, you're showing up. The hearts. Well, the hearts are all over you now.
Sorry.
You can move over even more. They're still on top of you. Anyway, a business in Texas is going to start cranking out roughly one new DeLorean every week. They're going to
Ooh.
start building DeLoreans again.
The same model as Back to the Future.
I assume so. Flux capacitor slightly extra, but yeah,
Yeah,
they're
right.
talking about $100,000 for these.
Wow.
$100,000, and of course every potential buyer is going to have to get the thing up to 88 miles an hour in the test drive just to see
Right.
if anything happens, right?
Of course, you know, $100,000 today isn't what $100,000 was last week.
No, that's true. And 1.21 gigawatts of power is probably
Yeah,
not the
gigawatt. That killed it. They never corrected that either.
No, they left it that way.
Yeah.
And who knew? We didn't know any
No,
better at the
hey,
time.
What's a gigawatt? You
Yeah.
know?
Budweiser has welcomed a new foal to the Clydesdale family. His name is Bob. No, it's actually Mac.
Aw.
In other news, McDonald's is naming their new chicken burger Bud. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, they named it Mac, he said, because naming it Sarah Jessica was too obvious. So, and other news. Oh, we were talking earlier this morning. Thank you, Bob, for coming in, because these people do not talk sports to me here.
Ah, okay.
They don't talk sports.
Let's talk sports.
And
That's
I like
not
talking
true.
sports.
We want to talk sports, but he goes at nauseum, and you're like, okay, enough already.
Well, you know.
You have to get all the info. The game this weekend is the Pro Bowl, which we said earlier this morning is a piece of crap game,
Well,
right?
who cares?
Nobody cares.
Right.
But it just got worse.
The players don't even care.
That's the
Half of them
point.
don't show up.
That's the point. I was
What's
just
this
bring
about,
up.
like an ego building thing, or?
No, the way to it's an
You
all-star
know,
game.
Here's the deal, though. One of the reasons why some of them don't play is because they're afraid they might get injured in a nothing game. You know?
Yeah, here's the idea behind it. It's supposed to be the best players in the league, like an all-star game in
Yeah.
baseball, basketball, or any other sport.
Hello.
Unfortunately, they always have the Pro Bowl between the championship and
Right.
the Super Bowl, so none of the best players who are going to be going to the Super Bowl can go.
Right.
But the ones that just lost, who are supposedly the second best players right now, are supposed to go.
Right.
But they're pulling out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you lost and your season is essentially over, why would you want to go play that game?
Exactly.
There's no reason in hell.
And apparently Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and 5 more New England Patriots agree with you, Bob. They pulled out of the Pro Bowl because
Hello?
they say injuries. I say, yeah,
Hello?
the injuries specifically ego.
Yeah.
But bruised ego apparently is keeping him out. Plus, if they turned up at the Pro Bowl, they probably have to change his name or face false advertising charges about it being a Pro Bowl. This is a million moms. It's a group called the 1
Yes.
Million Moms.
Mhm.
They're calling for an Olive Garden boycott.
Why? I haven't been to Olive Garden. I couldn't even tell you when the last
Me
time
either.
was.
Have you seen Fox's new show, Lucifer?
No.
No.
Okay, there's a new show on Fox called Lucifer, and apparently they sponsor it. It's sponsored in part by Olive Garden, and because they are a sponsor, the Million Moms is
Is there a
calling for a
Christian group
boycott.
or what?
It must be. But you know what? Have you seen Angel from Hell?
I know.
They're not advertising.
What about
it
Super-
That looks
Supernatural or
that
what's
looks
going
funny
on?
though. Angel from
It
Hell.
is funny, but a lot of people in the Catholic Church and a lot of Christians are screaming about it because it's
Relax.
they're-
It's just a show.
Calm down, everybody.
Yeah. Jane Lynch is incredible.
Oh, she's very funny. Yeah.
Where is that? I'm gonna have to watch
Jane
that.
Lynch.
No, what's the name of the show?
Angel from Hell.
I'll have
Angel
to
from
look on it for.
She's
She's
a
like a
guardian
guardian,
angel,
yeah.
but she's a hot mess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so which is what makes it very funny because it's Jane Lynch and she's
Right.
good at that kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
stuff. But if 1 million moms boycott Olive Garden, that means 2 to 3 million fewer unsupervised kids running around the place. So I'm kind of,
Right.
I'm ambivalent about this. But that's not the biggest controversy today.
Uh-oh, what is it?
The biggest controversy, which we've not yet touched on, and by the way, it's 7:44 on the morning thing, so we're getting to the weather next year,
Right.
Blondie. We're trying to remember to do this every 15 minutes for you folks. Bear with us till
But
this.
we're old. Remember, we got fired because we're old.
It's
so
old dogs,
gotta
new
remember.
old dogs, new tricks.
Yeah.
It's tough. It takes a while, but we'll get to the weather
Teach
here in a
me.
second. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do the weather, and then I'll tell you what the biggest controversy is this morning. Go ahead.
All right, well, today, patchy snow showers early and freezing drizzle. Then some snow showers are likely for the rest of the day. Cloudy with a high near 36. Tonight, a chance of snow showers before 7, as Josh tells me. Cloudy with a low around 17. Ooh, bundle up tonight. Partly sunny for your Friday with a high near 26. And for your weekend, Frankenmuth Snowfest, a chance of afternoon snow showers on Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies with a high near 39. No shower.
Currently, it is what?
33 in the Tri-Cities. It is 34 in Flinks.
Is it colder up north of us? Do you know?
I could look it up real quick.
Yeah, we'll check that and get you some forecasts for those of you planning the next couple of days to head north.
33 here, right now where we are in Bay City, but it feels like 22, so it's really chilly out this morning.
We have some breezes today,
Yeah.
around 18 miles an hour, gusting up to 32, so there will be a breezy day in store for you today.
Yeah, it gets chillier the farther up you go.
All right, so it is getting colder up north.
Uh-huh.
For those of you heading up there this weekend. I don't know if you pronounce this the same way as the other Finesse guy, Ralph Finesse, pronounces it Ralph Fiennes.
Fine.
Yes.
Or he kind of say Rafe.
You know-
I think it's Rafe Fiennes.
You know, it's really
What is it?
weird.
Yeah.
I never realized you pronounced it that way until recent.
Yeah.
I always, in my mind, thought it was Finnis.
Well, there's another one
I've
called,
only heard fines.
there's another one named Joseph Finesse or Fiennes, and I don't know how to pronounce it.
Fines.
He is the big controversy of the day.
What'd he do?
He has been cast as Michael Jackson for an upcoming comedy TV movie, a one-off
Oh, I
about
saw this.
this. I'm going to explain the story. The story is one that I had not heard of before, but it's
Mm-hmm.
supposedly based on what may be a true story. Joseph Fiennes, if that's how he pronounces his name, is white. And he's playing Michael Jackson in this
Well,
movie, and some would
Michael
say,
Jackson was essentially white when he died.
I mean, it looks like he wanted to be white.
but black actors
and female.
on the coattails of this Oscar controversy about the black actors, they're complaining about the casting of a white guy as Michael Jackson. All right, you can see it.
I fixed it.
All right, we were checking the phones, folks.
You know, when you think about it, if Michael Jackson had lived,
Yeah.
he and Caitlyn Jenner would probably be hanging out.
All right.
What a bizarre world.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So he is the guy that they're looking at right now as being this playing the part of Michael Jackson. Now, the story in the movie, Bob. This is what's. I'm getting
Yeah, we
tones
got
and
that.
everything here now. the story in the movie of the movie is that Marlon Brando, Elizabeth Taylor, and Michael Jackson supposedly were after 9/11 trying to get out of New York City together, and this is about a car trip that the three of them escaping New York City after the attacks of 9/11.
Oh, I've
This
heard
is a
about
true
this.
story?
Yeah,
It's
this is true.
supposedly true. They don't know. Nobody has.
I heard this a long time ago.
You
I-
did.
The story, yeah.
Wow.
What
never
time?
Heard, never heard that.
Somebody said, "What time on Friday are you going to be at the Willow Lounge?" That's going to be you, right? Who's going to be at the Willow Lounge on Friday?
No, that's-
Norm.
Huh?
I think Norman.
Norm
Probably
Stalls.
Norm, yeah.
Maybe it's Norm Stalls, and it's not us, folks. It's Norm Stalls. That's who it
You
is.
need to stop reading those things because you get distracted.
No, we're doing a little bit of both. The Willow Lounge, by the way,
Yeah, he's got ADD.
the Willow Lounge is where Norm Stoltz, I believe, said he was going to be appearing
And
this
he'll
weekend.
call in tomorrow, so we'll get all the deets.
And I'm sure you can look that up on the internet as well. Willow is spelled W-I-L-L-E-W. So this car trip that apparently was made out of New York City is the basis for this movie that they say is going to be a comedy. It's going to be a one-time, one episode thing. And the white guy, Joseph Fiennes, or whatever his name is playing the part of Michael Jackson. And I'm not sure, I forgot who the other actors are playing Marlon Brando and Elizabeth Taylor. Because that could be, I never had heard that story, that they had actually done that.
Me either.
I had heard the story, I just don't remember the
I-
details on it.
You know, that sounds like one of those internet myths.
Yeah,
It does.
it could be. I don't know, right? But it does sound like
But
a
it's
great premise for a
well,
movie.
it's a good concept.
Yeah, it's a great premise for a movie regardless, right?
It said that the trio was stuck in the Big Apple and wanted to get home to California, but were grounded in the wake of course, 9/11. So they allegedly piled into a car and hit the road, making it as far as Ohio. after multiple stops so Brando could gorge on fast food.
This could be funny.
It's a comedy. It doesn't poke mean fun, but it's a story, possibly an urban legend, but it might be a good.
Oh
it might be
that's a
fun.
great
Yeah.
concept for a movie.
Oh, yeah, I think it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All righty. Today is a Thursday, and we'd like to do an impossible trivia question.
Let's
I'm a
do
little.
it. What are we going to give away today?
Well, my biggest problem that I have here is whether or not it's going to work. And Josh just left the studio, so
He needed to get some breath.
I know.
Get
But
just breath.
I don't blame him, but I don't want to do this impossible trivia question until he comes back
Okay.
because we have issues. The NFL is conducting an ongoing and comprehensive, they say, investigation into the allegations. You're not going to be ready for this one, that Peyton Manning used illegal human growth hormone.
Yes.
You know, I don't think this is real.
I don't either.
I don't. I think they're generating publicity before the game, before the big game.
Right.
You know, can we say Super Bowl?
Sure,
Super
what the
Bowl,
hell?
Super
I don't
Bowl,
think
We're not on their
Super Bowl.
radar yet,
Right.
Bob. Go ahead.
Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
The thing is, the initial report, of course, came out last month, what Bob is talking about here. It claimed that Peyton's wife, Ashley, received deliveries of HGH from an Indianapolis anti-aging clinic under her name, supposedly in an effort to keep Peyton from being connected to it. My take on this is a little different. Why are we not allowed to use these things? Why is it, if Peyton Manning, if there's a cure out there that would make him recover better and faster, why is he not allowed to use that?
Because it supposedly gives you an edge over the other players who aren't using it. That's why.
Yeah, but so I'm saying open it up to everybody. Why can't we be the best we can be? In other words, if I'm an athlete, why can I not do that?
Well, I'm sure they've looked at this, but I think once you open, it's like opening Pandora's box. Once you open that, can of worms, you can't get the worms
If
back
you
in.
want to take them, you can take them. If you don't, you don't.
I don't think that's. I don't know. It just seems weird. You're going to end up with a bunch of biological robots out there. Really.
All right. Yeah, well, I still think, though, that if there's something, and this was something that, a growth hormone that was supposed to make him heal faster, that should be part of our medical bag, if
Well,
you
it
will.
should be, yeah.
All right?
Yep.
It's something that makes me heal faster and better.
Actually, I mean, everybody should be allowed to take that if it's going to
Yeah.
make you heal better.
And I think other people
Not
are.
just,
It's
not
not
just
an illegal.
sports figures.
Right. It's not an illegal drug for you and I.
Right.
It's only illegal for
I think
athletes.
you can buy that at grocery stores, can't you?
What does it actually do to your body? I mean,
It affects your cells.
Human growth hormone?
Yeah.
I don't actually
does
know.
it break it down over time? Can you kill yourself by taking
Oh, I
this
don't know.
over time?
We have another special guest in the studio. Josh is going to be helping us with this introduction because did you know this gentleman before today?
Yeah, he was again another homeless person that we found underneath Vet's Bridge, and apparently
Another?
the guy could draw. So we said, well, we'll help you out with the book and get you going. John Bellsmith Graphic Design is joining us today, and he has the doodle exhibit going on right now at Studio 23. So.
Cool.
And he's got a book there in his hand, and I think he made a special doodle for us as well, right?
It's called Lunchbox Doodles, by the way. We'll get into the story here. John, do you have a...
No, I brought examples of recent ones. Special doodle for
What
you.
a special doodle.
You are a special doodle.
You are.
You are
Yeah.
my special doodle. All right, so these are...
Silence. Spell
Yeah.
silence.
I want you to... Josh,
quit touching my doodle.
it's called Lunchbox Doodles.
Right.
And it's by John Bellsmith. He's in the house with us today, and it's an exhibit at, as mentioned earlier, Studio 23.
It's part of an
Arts
entire
Center.
doodle exhibit at Studio 23. Yeah.
Josh briefly told us the story the other day. Why don't you tell me in your own words how you came about this?
Actually, it was kind of almost selfish. My daughter was heading off to second grade. This goes back almost 6 years ago, and I just wanted a way to be able to connect with her during the day. So it was lunchtime, and so I quickly did this little doodle. I'm a cartoonist, so I did a doodle in the morning, sent it with her, and it became a way of kind of staying in touch with her. And of course, as you'll see the progression through the book, there's over 500 have been drawn over the years.
Oh, wow.
There's about 100 in the book and about 150 or so at the exhibit. But they started off as silly, the riddles, and then trying to do things that made school fun. And then they got a little bit more into, as she got older and got into the tween age, there's a character that I've developed around her.
Did you look up some of these jokes yourself, or did she tell them to you and then you turned them into doodles?
Yeah, a lot of them. She supplied the content. So she'd come home with the
nose picking one?
absolutely with the gorilla.
Nose picking one, yeah.
Yeah.
And she clearly listens to the Johnny and Blondie morning show because there are jokes, Blondie.
Probably better jokes than
Yes,
what we have
that's
in
what
your
I was
book.
gonna
Yeah.
say. They
Why
have to
don't
be better.
lions? Why don't lions eat clowns?
Why?
Because they taste funny. Yeah.
And see, I think it's probably a joke we all heard when we were in grade
Oh,
school. And
yeah.
it's just as an adult when you hear it again, and then you get to put a little graphic to it. It was just it's fun.
Why was the math book sad?
Why?
Because he had so many problems.
Oh.
And then, of course, he illustrates those jokes, which is what makes this such a fun book. Where can people find the book?
The book is actually over at Studio 23.
All right.
The exhibit is up through February 5th,
Uh-huh.
and you can pick it up there. And it's a limited edition of 100. They're all numbered and signed by myself and my daughter.
And we got number one, of course, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're number one. You're number one, and Josh is number two.
There we go. Yes, he is.
Yes.
No, that was a
That's
duty
awesome.
joke, everybody.
Yes.
You get that?
It was a fun one too.
That was one that you probably could make into a doodle.
It's not one that goes to the lunchbox doodle.
So that he said, Josh said he wanted you to make a doodle for us this morning. That's what you could have done.
Yeah, I know. Well, and see, when I do it in the morning,
Here's
it's
a pen, do it now.
it's about 15, 20 minutes. Basically, it's just that's why you'll see the sketch marks, and sometimes there's misspellings, which is great with sending her to school with things that are misspelled. You know,
Right.
it shows how well her dad.
Studio 23, the Arts Center exhibit. Where are they located, by the way?
They're down on Saginaw Street.
Yeah, I think it's Water.
Water Street.
Water
There we go.
Street in Bay City.
I'm homeless, so I just wander and find it.
Go to lunchboxdoodles.com for more on the book. Lunchboxdoodles.com. John Bellsmith is the guy that draws all this and drawn for his daughter, Callie.
Yep, Kaylee.
Kaylee, I'm sorry.
It's all right. We messed her up that way. and
Yeah,
stuff.
well, yeah, I was going to
I
say,
know.
you spelled it like Callie.
And we did because we
That's
were
a
naming
power
after
kid.
California. So
The
we
cool part about it, I'm sorry, is what happened to the doodles when she got to school. Right, that's part of the best part of the story.
Yeah, second and third grade, not so much now, but early on, she'd come home and her dessert would still be in her lunchbox or cookie or something.
What?
Yeah, but the doodle is gone. And so I'd ask her, I'm like, hey Kaylee, how come your cookie is still here or something? And she'd say, well, I traded it for pudding. I traded the doodle for pudding. So there was a little bit of currency, not a whole lot. And then she was really kind with if a friend liked it or if a teacher liked it, she was giving them away. But as she got older, she kind of hung on to more and more of them. But we figured that in the early years, there's probably about 100 that have gone out to friends and teachers and other faculty members.
Sounds like one of those stories you see on 60 Minutes or on, as a kicker story in the news. Has the news media reached out to you at all?
Just the biggest one, which would be you, Johnny.
All right. Thank you.
There was a cue card he got before he came here on how to impress Johnny, and that was on
You're our
Yeah.
guest. Yeah, you're our talk show guest coach, aren't you?
Yeah.
You took care of that.
I
for
do
us.
have to mention that I got Jeremiah in the parking lot, so I don't know what that means, but I got Jeremiah in the parking
Yay,
lot.
you used it.
Jeremiah is our word of the day. That's what John is referring to, and it's basically a long harangue or lament, yelling, and basically what Blondie does to us after the show.
orangutan.
Yeah,
Why
harangue, not
use
harangue.
the
not
word
harangue.
Jeremiah?
Harangue. Jeremiah is the word. It's a word.
It's a real word?
It's a real word. J-E-R-E M-I. I don't have it in front of me. M-I-A-D, I believe.
Where'd you get
Jeremiah.
that word from?
It's the word of the day. It's our word.
Where are you getting them from?
It's from the movie Jeremiah Johnson.
So
Oh,
Jeremiah. And a Jeremiah is what Blondie does to us every day when we get off the air. That's
I
what
do
she-
not.
And she starts wagging her
I
finger.
don't.
If you do that to me,
No,
I'll
I
do
do
that.
not.
Well, you're
No,
doing
No,
it
I
right
don't.
now. You're
No,
doing
I
it right
don't.
now.
This
Yes,
is
you are.
I'm passionate.
All righty. Lunchbox Doodles again. Lunchboxdoodles.com. John Bellsmith.
How long is that going on at these?
Through February 5th.
All right.
And those books are for you to keep, and so don't go through and check the spelling on some of the things, all right? But I'm not worried about Johnny with Jeremiah, so
No,
I'm okay with the spelling.
There you go. By the way, here's somebody who spells Kayla right.
Yeah.
Kayla Harvey has a memorial benefit coming up. It's a memorial benefit for the Kayla Harvey. She has passed away. She was a 23-year-old girl who died on the day after Christmas, losing her battle to a long illness. And her family and friends are raising funds right now to pay for the final expenses and medical bills that piled up. And that's going to be this Saturday at Homer Township Hall in Midland. That's on Homer Road in Michigan from 4 to 8 p.m. The Kayla Harvey Memorial Benefit. Donations from Family Fare and Gordon Food Service are what they're going to use to feed you. It's a spaghetti dinner with live music, a candy buffet, one of my favorite things, silent auction, 50-50 raffle. There will be takeout available, and you can actually, if you can't attend the Kayla Harvey Memorial Benefit this Saturday from 4 to 8 at the Homer Township Hall in Midland, you can always make a donation anytime to the Kayla Harvey Fund at any chemical bank location. Alrighty, back to the little bit of sports news.
Right.
Apparently Denver Broncos linebacker Von Miller
Yeah.
intercepted that pass from Tom Brady in the second quarter of Sunday's AFC Championship game. And afterward, he was in the locker room joking about how the ball was deflated again.
Oh, still with that.
He
It
had-
made it easier to intercept.
Yeah.
He had the ball in his locker, and he grabbed it. He said, quote, "Oh, is that a pick? Man, the ball feels a little flat to me." He wasn't being serious, though. By the way, the person who owns Deflategate.com
Yeah.
is trying to capitalize on it. Yesterday, they announced the site had launched a new sports-focused social network for fans. If you go to Deflategate.com,
Okay.
you can find it there. And we have put up, I don't know if it made it onto the Johnny and Blondie page or my personal page. I was having a hard time posting to our
Let me look.
Facebook
What is it
page
we're
this
looking
morning.
for?
The Super Bowl commercials, some of them are out there now. And if you go to the Doritos, I look for them on the web. There's 3 that you're supposed to vote on the Doritos website. 3 different 30-second spots they're proposing to be their Super Bowl spot, and you, the fans, get to vote for it online right now by looking it
Okay.
up. Also, it's hard to believe, but the classic Super Bowl ad where that 9-year-old boy shared his Coca-Cola with Mean Joe Green of the Pittsburgh Steelers is now almost 40 years old. That kid's name is Tommy Okon, O-K-O-N. And he recently reunited with Mean Joe Green for a special called Super Bowl's Greatest Commercials 2016, which is going to air next Tuesday night, I guess, on CBS. In a clip of the reunion, Mean Joe says he drank 18 bottles of Coke that day when he filmed that commercial.
Oh.
He
He
must
said-
have been vibrating. You know.
He said, "I didn't know any better. I chugged the doggone thing over and over and over." Lil Wayne is doing a Super Bowl ad.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne's doing
Lil-
one for Apartments.com
Okay.
with former President George Washington.
Huh?
Yeah, they're bringing him back again, yeah.
Where'd they dig him up at?
Apparently in the ad, he goes out on a run
Weird.
to pick up some buns. And it's also going to feature Jeff Goldblum. None of this makes any sense to me. Jeff Goldblum, anyway, Lil Wayne and George Washington. Alec Baldwin and former NFL quarterback Dan Marino are going to co-star in a Super Bowl ad for
Okay.
Amazon.
Oh.
Anheuser-Busch shared some photos of the newest Budweiser Clydesdale. We mentioned earlier, his name is Mac, and he was born on Tuesday,
Yes, we can.
but won't be in their Super Bowl ad. You guys need to talk while I cough.
I just got a message from somebody who had gastric bypass a few years ago and is having a lot of issues. I don't even know if it's a he or she. Yeah, write me at JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com and we'll talk. So.
JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com. Blondie is having some health issues. You're going to be going in for surgery in a couple months.
Couple weeks. Well,
You said April, right?
April.
It's a couple
Yeah,
months.
couple months.
February, yeah.
February.
It's the soonest date that all 3 of the surgeons can get together, so,
So it-
gotta ride the storm out here.
In about 2 months, Blondie will be going in for surgery. We'll keep you guys updated
Yeah.
on that. A lot of people ask about that. We don't want to keep constantly
No.
having to do it. Blondie doesn't want to constantly talk about it and
I
think
forget
about
about it, yeah.
It's 8:02 now. Let's check the weather forecast
Let's
again.
do it.
Here's Blondie.
Thank you, Johnny. Today, patchy snow showers and freezing drizzle early this morning, then just snow showers this afternoon. Cloudy with a high near 36. Tonight, a chance of a snow shower before 7, as Josh tells me. Cloudy with a low around 17. Ooh, put an extra blanket on your bed. Friday, partly sunny with a high near 26. And for your Frankenmuth Snowfest, Saturday, a chance of an afternoon snow shower, mostly cloudy with a high near 39. And Sunday, a chance of snow showers, cloudy with a high near 42. It's currently 33 in the Tri-Cities, 31 in Flint.
Colder as you head north today if you're heading
Yes.
up that way, and it looks like this warm weather's going to stay with us
It's
till
January.
Tuesday. We'll start to see more seasonal weather again.
It seems like every time they do have a snowfest that we end up having warmer weather.
Yeah, it happens all the
Yeah.
time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hello on the phone. Who's talking to us this morning?
Good morning, Johnny. Sapphire.
Hiya, Sapphire. How you
Sapphire,
doing?
hi.
Yeah, how you guys doing?
I'm doing just fine. What's up today?
Oh, I'm just wanting to tell you just really quick about the Formula Drive that we've got going on for over here on the east side. On Sunday, I went out and with some other volunteers, and we canvassed the east side neighborhood of Flint, and we came across a lot of surprising things. And the number one thing we were looking for was undocumented migrant workers with families and babies. And let me tell you something, It's so sad, and it just had me so shook up because I see children, especially little babies, that's obviously been affected by the water because these people
jeez.
just found out. Some of them
Oh, my God.
had no clue whatsoever, and it's
This
not
is
bad enough
criminal.
that the water's bad. The homes that they live in, they don't even have the right kind of plumbing for for clean water to come out of. So we're doing a formula drive for Ready Feed formula and also baby wipes because that's what they're using right now to bathe the babies with. We've seen a lot of babies that's got rashes on them, on their skin.
Wow.
Adults whose hair's falling out, pets whose hair's falling out. And
Somebody needs to be held
this
accountable
is
for
not
this.
safe what's going on here in
Well,
Flint.
Yeah.
those people were just ignored.
Yeah.
That's the bottom
Yeah,
line.
they
right there.
didn't
They
know.
ignored them.
And I'm saying, and obviously, I run up to a Latin radio show, and I felt absolutely horrible because I had been talking about the water, on my show, but I didn't get in depth. I didn't speak it in Spanish, and I did not inform the Hispanic community as I should have. And so that's why I went out Sunday and Monday. I've been out passing out water, going and talking to these families because basically what's happened is that those that didn't know about it, they went to go get help, they went to go get water, and they were asked for their ID.
Oh,
To get water, nobody should be asked for their ID.
Right, that's
Everyone's
ridiculous.
entitled- Everybody's entitled to it, I don't care what your status is, but they're too scared to go back because they're afraid they're gonna get turned in. So
Sapphire
they're
is,
out.
Sapphire crosses from the Pete Mata show on weekends on CK 105. Where can people help you with this, with your efforts down there, Sapphire? What can they do?
Oh, I have a GoFundMe page set up, or if, some people aren't comfortable with giving money, they'd rather, you believe it, they say they'd rather just take the formula, so they can either give to the GoFundMe page that we have set up, or they can go to 2500 North Franklin Street in Flint, and that's on the east side of Flint, and that's St. Mary's Catholic Church.
All right.
It's a Spanish-speaking church, and people, Hispanic undocumented people, we're begging you guys, don't be scared. Please come and get your water and what you need. And if you need help, there's always somebody who can interpret and speak to you in Spanish. I mean, we just don't want them to think that we're out there to turn them in. We're just out there trying
Alright.
to get clean water.
Sapphire, Sapphire, we're running quick here. We got to go. But quickly tell me where they can find the GoFundMe.com. But what are they looking for on GoFundMe.com?
But water crisis is going to be Flint's babies need milk. Or
Flint's?
formula.
Water crisis.
Flint's babies need formula.
Flint's babies need formula is what they look for on
Right,
GoFundMe.
and you'll see a big water that says the water tower here, but this is water
All right.
crisis, and then that's the title. of
Thank
it.
you, Sapphire.
And we'll say, I'm the one, Sapphire Cross, my name is on there,
All right.
and I'm sponsoring this.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Take care, Blondie.
You too, Sapphire.
Good morning, Disney World. They're chiming into us from Disney World this
All
morning.
right.
Yeah, the Flint water crisis, this is the tip of the iceberg. This is
This is
not.
criminal. This is just
Oh, it
shocking
is.
that it's been going on this long. Somebody needs to be held accountable for this.
A lot of people need to be held accountable. for this.
Exactly.
The EPA is right at the head of the list, too, by the way. They knew about this a long time ago and didn't do anything about it.
Tragic.
The governor's office, the mayor's office, and a lot of people involved in this, and it's going to be, and I predict that this is going to be a 50-year
Oh, yeah.
debacle.
definitely.
Wow.
But you know what? This is not limited to just Flint. This is happening
No.
across the country.
Yeah, this has brought attention to the problem.
Oh, yeah.
What happened in Flint exacerbated what is a problem that is going to be popping up all over the place.
Right.
We have this old infrastructure in these cities, and a lot of lead pipes were used, and that's just the way it was at the time.
This is the first tap water. I assume this is tap water,
I
right?
filtered it.
First tap water that I've had in, I don't know, maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
I drink bottled
You're a
water.
big bottled
I've
water
always,
guy, yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty,
But even at that, you don't know where it actually came from.
Well, it has a chance of being more pure
Yeah.
than the water coming out of your pipes.
Yeah.
alrighty. Let's see, there's some other people I wanted to thank here this morning. We gotta wait for Josh to come back.
Was it because of the water? Was it McLaren Hospital down in
Yeah.
Flint? The listeria
McLaren.
broke out? Could you imagine being a patient who had surgery and the listeria?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And by the way, the other thing that's happening in Flint now, they still haven't said absolutely that it is tied to the water crisis, but it looks like it may be. Legionnaire's disease.
Yes.
Oh.
And 3 people, I believe, have already died. And that number's
10.
Was it up to 10 now?
10? No, it's been 10 for a
All right,
while.
okay.
In
Yeah.
Flint?
10 people have died from Legionnaires during this
Now,
issue.
Apparently, there's a regular, there's some regular number of Legionnaires
Right.
issues
But
that
it's
come
spiked.
up. But it's
spiked.
spiked.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, because of the aerosolized water in your shower, say for instance, if you're still showering in this water,
Right.
it becomes
You're breathing.
aerosolized.
Yep.
It gets into the air and the atmosphere that you're breathing it in, and that may have the bacteria that is responsible for Legionnaire's disease, and it is what they're worried about. So, all right, another one of our sponsors, Watchdog Tactical, and they're available at wdtactical.com on the internet. They're actually, I think, in North Carolina physically. They're originally from here. This is another one of our veteran-owned, and in this case, disabled veteran-owned businesses that we support here on the JohnnyAndBlondie.com morning show. Watchdog Tactical can be found at wdtactical.com. They feature holsters, mag holders, all kinds of accessories for your guns. We know a lot of people bought a lot of guns this year, so if you've got a handgun and you want some accessories, these folks, the people we send you to, they not only are they owned by a veteran, but they employ only veterans. And Watchdog Tactical is a disabled veteran-owned business. The founder, combat wounded in Iraq, started his business 2 years ago in Charlotte, North Carolina, expanded business to outside of the state, got a big base of customers. They sell Kydex holsters for pistols and ammo magazines. Veteran-owned, and all disabled vets manufacture the products. Quality and dependability you can trust, and free shipping. Go to wdtactical.com. It's Johnny and Blondie on the show here at 8:11 with our special guest, the legend, the man, the myth, Bob Hughes.
Bobby!
I don't know if I can live up to all that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And live up to
I'm
Bob.
so happy we're together right now.
Nice
Yes,
to have you
I'm having
around.
fun.
So, do you find yourself? See,
You'll be coming back, right?
Sure.
Okay.
the reason we're doing this is for us, right? Because
Yeah.
we got up on Monday morning after all of that came down with us
Yep.
and said, we got to do something. I can't stand not
Well,
talking.
And I really
came
thought we
up-
were going on just to say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah,
because we're
well,
not allowed to.
You know, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to me, man.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they just, like got the bum's rush.
Yep.
And, I was signed some agreement not to talk poorly of, the station.
Right.
Guess what?
How long ago was
We
that
did.
agreement, though?
That was almost 3 years ago.
We
so I think
refused to
that-
sign it.
We're
Yeah,
not,
well, I think
we're
that
not talking.
agreement, I
We're,
think
we're
that-
not talking poorly about it.
Well, I know, but, I really don't like WHMM.
We have a lot of friends over there, and we still love them.
Well, yeah.
All right.
In the building, not at HMM.
WL Doan is going in for surgery today. Wish you the best.
Oh.
All right,
good
WL
luck.
Doan on our Periscope feed said he's going in for surgery today, and I hope
right.
it's okay. And by the way, WL Doan is probably going to become Wilhelmina Doan at the end of the tunnel. But however that surgery goes, hey, police responding to reports of a man screaming kicked in the door and discovered a local opera singer practicing instead. This happened in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Apparently, even the cops thought they heard, quote, screams of agony. The resident practicing with headphones on
Bad
says
singer, huh?
he didn't even hear the cops knocking at the door. What would the Don Key choke me maybe was what we used. I'm trying to figure out what opera he could.
You're reaching there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. 2 teenagers have died, and several others have gotten really ill. And this is another one of those warnings going out to parents that are listening to us this morning or watching us. This is another kid thing right now. They're mixing, are you ready for this, methanol and Mountain Dew.
Oh,
What's
no.
methanol?
Methanol is jet fuel, isn't it? Methanol
Yeah, it
is
sounds
jet
bad.
fuel.
What?
It's racing fuel, excuse
Wait
me.
a
It's
minute,
racing
wait a
fuel.
minute.
Methanol is racing fuel, racing fuel. Ethanol is the grain alcohol you can drink. Methanol is
Oh,
not.
God.
The kids obviously didn't pay attention in chemistry class. They're drinking a mixture of methanol and Mountain Dew. This is
Oh, that
another
sounds
new fad.
gross.
Remember this, Everclear starts with an E, motor fuel starts with an M. Now, you'll never make the same mistake these kids did. It's Everclear, not methanol. And not,
Yeah.
2 more victims of the No Child Left Behind law here, apparently,
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking, all right? Seems like kids that pay attention in high school chemistry are the ones who grow up to make bombs, and the kids that don't pay attention end up drinking methanol with Mountain Dew.
Oh,
There's
God.
no good end to this.
Have you seen where they put the beer in their butt? Have you seen it? They
Yes.
chug the beer.
Yeah.
If
It's
you
a
did
beer enema.
if you did a methanol Mountain Dew up the
Oh.
butt, that would be an awful stay for you.
Yeah, you'd fart and you'd end up in Detroit.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I've heard of lighting farts before.
Yeah.
But, wow.
That's what we did back in
Methanol.
my day.
Racing fuel mixed with Mountain Dew.
Oh.
What happened to the Tide dish or Tide laundry soap fad?
I don't remember that one. No, what's that?
The kids in Japan
All right.
were ingesting Tide laundry soap.
Why?
For what?
For a high, to get high.
Do you know how expensive Tide is?
I know.
Yeah.
I'll buy methanol.
I don't know how that works though, what ingredient in Tide gets you a buzz, but they were doing it.
How big of an addict are you that you're stooping to that level?
Well, you know,
Woo!
people drink mouthwash to get a buzz.
Yeah, and cough syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of a kinkajou?
Yes. Yes, I
No,
have.
that's not
Is that
that's,
racist?
that's not George Burns in a
I-
massage
Is that
parlor.
what you
No.
said?
Why, just
Racist.
last week I was involved in a kinkajou.
No, a kinkajou is spelled Kinkajou.
Oh, that's
Okay.
how I
I
started.
thought it was
Kinkajou.
having kinky sex with a Jewish person.
And
Oh, and there it is.
in Miami, Florida, a 99-year-old woman woke up early Tuesday morning to find one sleeping on her chest.
A kinkajou.
It's a raccoon-like thing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's got a long tail.
does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she screamed, and the beast freaked and bolted up into her attic. Turns out the exotic animal is somebody's pet. Animal control lured it out of the woman's attic. The owner was supposed to pick it up
Is
yesterday.
attic a euphemism?
Exactly. Every time you say attic, I think you're gonna say something
Right,
else.
me too.
Well, she's 99 years old, and her heart survived this.
Ooh.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, you're looking at the next world's oldest person here, I
Wow.
think. Santa Ana, California, the Orange County Sheriff's Department wants to know if anybody's seen one of their AR-15 rifles.
Uh-oh.
Seems a deputy set it on the trunk of his vehicle and
Oh,
drove away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that gun's pretty much gone, doesn't it?
It's sort of like leaving your coffee on the roof of your car,
Yeah.
only a lot worse.
Yeah, or your purse.
Yeah, I'm guessing that thing has already changed hands more than a dollar bill in a strip club's bank deposit.
Wow.
It's 16 past 8 o'clock now, Blondie, with the weather forecast for mid-Michigan and beyond.
I'm on it. Patchy snow showers and some freezing drizzle early this morning. It's probably clearing up by now, but what do I know? Then snow showers likely for the rest of the day. Welcome to January. Cloudy with a high near 36. Tonight there's a chance of a snow shower, a low around 17. Friday, partly sunny with a high near 26. And for the weekend, Saturday, you're looking at a chance of an afternoon snow shower, mostly cloudy with a high near 39. Sunday, a chance of snow showers. Cloudy, again with a high near 42.
Ooh.
Currently it's 32 in the Tri-Cities, 31 in Flint.
A little bit chillier down Detroit way right now. It's
Yeah.
30 degrees, and up north it's a little bit colder too. So we're in
Right.
the warm spot of the state right now. The heart of Michigan is truly the warmest part of Michigan.
It's because of your shirt.
What's that?
It's your shirt.
Yeah, I'm running out. By the way, I am running out of shirts.
Thank God.
I'm running out of crazy shirts to wear on these broadcasts. So if anybody wants to donate, we're at 509 Center Avenue.
Or you could just wash them and restart.
I don't want to keep wearing the same ones over and over again. Try and get some new crazy shirts. We were started out wearing El Chapo shirts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
And then I ran out of El Chapo shirts to wear, so
I got
then
a couple of those.
switched to my Hawaiian shirt. This is a Hawaiian golf shirt. You have some El Chapo shirts, that's right.
yes.
I need to borrow some of your shirts.
Okay, all right. You were going to play a song way back when.
Yeah, I did
Remember
play
that?
one.
Well, let's play somebody local.
Well, that's
Yeah.
all we do. And I don't have one up here right now, Josh, so what do I
You're
gotta
down
do?
at the bottom.
All right, go down. Do you have one in particular you wanted me to play? Because I know you said one yesterday that you wanted.
Well, the Gunner and the Grizzly Boys one we never replayed
All right,
yesterday.
all
I
right.
think we got it in the beginning of the show, but I'm not sure they heard it in the beginning today either.
All right,
I'll get it. I'll come around.
yeah, because I'm getting into
Oh,
vogue and
dear,
stuff that we
man.
can't
He's
play
getting
up
up
here.
there
I'm
in
not
age,
getting
you
any
know.
regular stuff. We have a lot of local people. By the way, if you're a local, you want me to do Donnie Brown?
Yeah, Donnie Brown. There
I'll
it
play
is.
Donnie Brown. We're going to be on this show featuring local original music and artists, and they will be occasionally in studio doing the acoustic thing with us, and occasionally we'll be playing their music on the air, and we're going to feature different ones throughout. This is all mid-Michigan stuff, folks. These are people in Michigan. We shouldn't say mid-Michigan. Some of them are elsewhere, a little bit located around the state. But these are Michigan artists, and they are phenomenal. And tell us a little bit about Donnie Brown.
Donnie Brown was the drummer for the Verve Pipe for many years,
Yes.
from the
Right.
beginning,
yeah.
and played on lots of backing tracks here at Andy Reid's studio with Danny Vitani and 10 Hands Tall. He did a drumming kit on that, and incredible album coming out. He's got a new album coming out real soon as well.
All right, so here's Donnie Brown.
I'll be the first one to admit
Oh, I love it.
he's got a lot of charm about him.
These mics are probably still hot. We're having a problem with that, so just back off from it.
Like you never doubted.
You got a nice voice.
Awesome.
I saw them on stage and didn't like them.
Verve Pipe?
No, Donnie Brown. We were at an event not too long ago. Christmas party, Century 21 Signature Realty Christmas party. He was the entertainment. I didn't find them all that good.
Really?
It didn't sound this good.
He's an incredible guy.
Wow, this is very pop. This is good.
Very poppin'.
I have to stop myself because all I have is country, so I just have to find other
So
stuff.
we can mix genres here. We can.
I've 6 years in country. That's all I got.
We'll mix genres here.
I think it's off, but
You sure? It wasn't earlier.
I don't know.
It's still on. I don't know why. I've got everything shut down. Here, watch this. So here's my level, right?
They're saying everything's bad on the website suddenly.
All right, this is the way you can do it. You shut them off this way.
Yeah.
You gotta turn that effects off too for some company. Oh,
No, it's not- no, that's
I went
on.
the wrong way.
Oh, okay. Well, those are all that way.
I don't know.
But when I turn these down, that seemed to do it. We got them off.
Okay. This one, the first one, doesn't matter.
A minute and a half.
They love seeing the turn bottom. Since we're overmodulated,
I'm working on it right now.
All right, he's working
these
on
are
it.
the big CDs today. Look at the camera.
We have to do it our own. We have to just, even if it's just at a conference table, and we just set up our own stuff. Because I have no way. I fixed all of this shit. I don't know how to do it. It was all ready to go.
Yeah, I don't know, buddy.
I have the stuff.
I have some. You got that mic thing.
We'll piece it
I
together.
bring some other stuff in if you need me to.
Yeah, when you get home, do you have a Twitter account?
Yeah.
Just download the Crystal Bag.
Any place people can find this song, Josh?
Like iTunes, CD Baby,
Okay.
that's all.
Yeah, iTunes.
CD Baby, that
Or
kind of
watch
stuff.
them, read the comments as they come up.
There we go, everybody.
We love us doing songs. Yeah, YouTube.
Donnie Brown.
On here.
It's called Bitter Rival.
I love that.
Donnie Brown, Bitter Rival. You can find that on iTunes and on CD Baby.
Just search him on Facebook too and find him.
Search Donnie Brown on Facebook and you'll find him. Another great local artist, an original song. I am loving this discovery of original music on this show. This
Well,
has been
something we've always wanted to do, but terrestrial
Well-
radio doesn't allow us to do that.
Absolutely.
yeah, and by the way, it really in defense of terrestrial radio, it would not work on terrestrial radio. This has to work with a grassroots kind of thing
Right.
like we're doing here, and I think this is what's going to be one of the big things as time goes on with this show. There's somebody there said it had an old-fashioned sound. It did. It sounded a little bit like something you might have heard in the 70s or 80s
Yeah.
Back in my day.
I like
on
it.
adult contemporary radio.
Back in my day.
It's like when radio used to be when you could walk into the DJ and hand him your record and he
Yes.
would listen
Yeah.
to it and he'd go, yeah, that sounds
No,
pretty good.
no. You handed him a record with $100 bill attached.
Is that how it
That's
works?
how that works.
And we'll play it the same way here too. Bring
Hey,
$100.
I'm from that era. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually did take our record down to WTAC.
Yeah.
And they played it.
I'm loving being able to do this. Yeah, there's so much talent in just our little small community alone.
Yeah.
And they put out a CD, but they don't have a voice for everybody to hear it. So I am so happy that we're allowed to do this.
Now, commercial radio will not do that.
No.
They just refuse.
Because it's
to.
all about this.
And by the way, our special guest, for those of you who are just tuning in, Bob Hughes is in the
Yay,
house with us this
Bobby's
morning.
back in the
Hi, everybody
house.
who never seen my face before.
It's 8:24 on the JohnnyAndBlondie.com morning radio show. We're
Good
also,
morning.
for those of you just joining us, lots of ways to watch or just listen to this show. The easy listening is going to JohnnyAndBlondie.com or tune in the TuneIn radio app on your smartphone and searching for Johnny and Blondie Live, and you can hear just the audio. If you want video, and God knows I'm not still sure why you would want to, but if you want to watch us at the same time, you can go to Periscope. And on the internet, again, a smartphone app that is absolutely free to put in your phone called Periscope, spelled the way you think it should be spelled, Periscope, and you can download that into your phone and use that. We're also on YouTube.com. Look for Johnny and Blondie Live. And we will be, once we figure it out, on Facebook. We tried it a little earlier this morning. We kept getting shut down. We're going to do a Facebook Live version of the
See,
show.
that would be the
Yeah.
that would be the ultimate, I think,
Yeah.
really, as far as getting the word out. Because I am like, yes,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of friends around the world now
Yeah.
Right.
on, Facebook friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And wow,
Yeah.
As do we. And,
turn them on to it.
we've got
Thanks to
9,000.
Josh, we're getting somewhere. Oh my God, the people that have added us is just amazing.
Those of you who miss Hal, he will be back on the airwaves, I believe, over at those radio stations we used to do it on Monday, or it's sometime next
Did
week.
you
I
say
think.
Rachel's on this air this morning?
No, Hal was on.
Oh, Hal was on this morning?
Oh,
already?
yeah.
Oh, he's back on.
With
Yeah.
Rachel, right?
With Rachel.
Oh, they are on there.
And she
Yes.
has a partner coming, so.
Well, she does.
She
I know.
does. Yeah, it's gonna be yeah.
Is it gonna be an outsider or somebody from inside?
We heard
That
it
I don't know yet.
We heard it
but-
was you.
No, you didn't.
But,
No, I didn't.
we truly, we love Rachel.
Oh,
and
yeah.
adore
Yeah,
her.
that's
We
important.
wish her
Yeah.
nothing but the best.
Oh yeah, she sounds great, by the way.
And
I
she
listened
wasn't-
to her this morning.
She wasn't the one. That's not the reason why.
No,
You know, it had nothing to
please
do with
not
her.
throw any hate her way. She had nothing to do with this.
Are we on YouTube? Somebody was
To the
asking us.
best of my knowledge, it
Somebody
looks like
said,
we're
are
on
you-
Who
YouTube.
knows today?
Somebody asked me on Periscope, when are you going on YouTube? So I don't know if we're actually up on YouTube. We're trying to, WHN did us a favor. Yeah, I think you're right.
It looks like we are. I think we are. That's us right there.
Yeah, I think
is there
so.
like, there's a delay though, right?
Yeah, just go to YouTube. Yeah, there's a delay on all of these.
And
Go to
those feeds you
YouTube.
can watch all day long too. by the
Delay,
way.
by the way, that reminds me, I wanted to ask you, are you rolling fast and loose with language on this show?
Not really, no. Once in a while, something
I mean,
will
it
slip
pops
out.
Yeah.
I accidentally
No.
slipped the F-bomb out the other day.
The worst word that Johnny keeps saying is WHN when he has to
Yeah, right.
Every once in a while, how you
Oh,
switch
that's
on the mic
bad.
and you're going to do your
Bad
regular
word.
banter.
Yeah.
You go out and
Yeah,
go,
I know.
"Hey, don't even- oh, no!
Old habits.
Believe it or not, when I was on WHN, every once in a while, I opened the mic and said WIOG.
Yeah. I
Oh,
remember.
I even went on stage one night when I just left KCQ and I started working at H&N. It was right down here at the band shell at Winona Park. And I did their call letters. I'm like, no, I don't work there no more.
I did it once, too.
apologize. It's just old habits because
Yeah.
it's just, ingrained in
I
us
was
to do it.
at WHN probably 10 years when one day I opened the mic and I said, 1220 WGAR. That is a radio station that I worked on in Cleveland
Wow.
100 years ago.
Yeah.
And for some reason it popped right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Brain
same thing.
short circuit.
Same thing with WIOG. I don't know where it came from, but
What we're saying here, folks, is we're old and decrepit.
Which is why we don't have a job at that old station
Yeah,
anymore.
That's why they fired us in the first dang place. All right, we're going to be adding to our plethora of sound with our Dumb Ways to Die jingle, but we don't have it in the system yet.
All right.
But consider this our Dumb Ways to Die story
Dumb
of the
Ways to
day,
Die.
just ahead of your weather with Blondie next. Police say, this was in Detroit, police say a man was watching porn. We talked a little bit about this, I think, on the air yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's the whole story, Josh. When he was driving and he wrecked his 96 Toyota, he was watching porn
96.
Why is that so funny to
on
me?
his
I
smartphone.
know, it just figures.
He ended up being ejected through the sunroof and landed away from the vehicle. Cops report the guy also was not wearing his seatbelt or pants.
Oh.
He was 58.
Oh, he was 58. Wow.
That's going to be an awkward funeral. Can you imagine? Can you imagine your relatives show up and they all know how you died because it's all over the news?
Right.
People in Detroit are going to blame the fact that he was driving a foreign car, of course, because it was a Toyota. They're going to say that never would have happened if he'd have been driving a GM car.
Dumb
Yeah.
ways to die.
So I guess you could say he died doing what he loved, right?
It says when they found him, he wasn't wearing pants. Well, I'm not wearing pants right now.
Yeah, but you.
Whoa.
You can't see my pants.
Even on the camera, he actually is black from the waist down then over here because he's
He
wearing
is.
black pants.
Yes, he is.
I'm black from the waist
Who's
down.
next?
You know what that means.
Who's next with the butthead?
You got a butt head over there, somebody?
I do. A cop in Minnesota pulled over a guy for swerving last week because the guy, like yours, was distracted, but he was actually reading a book. He was swerving on the highway.
driving?
Yeah, he was actually reading a James Patterson book, and it's he was so engrossed in it we can't actually figure out which James Patterson book it was because he puts out about 75 a year. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, Bobby, you're on deck.
Hey, a guy got shot in the butt over who owned a snow shovel. They got into a fight over whose snow shovel it was.
Was that in the butt, Bob?
A guy in New Jersey was shoveling snow for an elderly neighbor on Sunday when another neighbor claimed it was her shovel.
Yeah.
They had a few words. She went for backup, and a guy shot him in the butt.
In the
The
butt.
police didn't say if any arrests had been made. Wow.
Wow.
I thought maybe everyone would unite against the blizzard and realize that they were all in that fight together.
There you go.
No. People went insane and turned on each other instead.
Bob said butt.
There you go. He just likes saying butt. And now we know how Santa Claus unwinds after the chaos of Christmas. It's over. There's a 67-year-old guy in Idaho whose legal name is Santa Claus. And he really commits to the bit. He's got the full beard. He looks like Santa Claus. Well, the cops spotted him driving last Thursday in a car, not a sleigh, going the wrong way down a street. Then he was stumbling during the sobriety test and blew a .13 on the breathalyzer. He was arrested for a DUI. So clearly, someone took pity on Santa Claus because the charge was reduced to a misdemeanor reckless driving the next day. I don't know what that even means. He pleaded guilty and paid a fine of $700. How come that doesn't happen to people in our family? We don't get a break cut.
No.
Your name's not Santa Claus.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But it is Blondie.
That's
Yeah.
true. She should get it.
She should get through it. All righty.
Is somebody calling us?
Yeah, for some reason we're getting
That
a
was
dial.
me.
Bob's just making a phone call.
All right, we're going to phone call.
All righty.
Like place an order?
Don't forget our sponsors, tctmusic.com.
Yeah.
TCT stands for Total Control of the Tracks. Go to tctmusic.com. Post that you heard about them on the Johnny and Blondie show, and you can win a half-price wedding package.
Yeah.
This is their normal $8.95 wedding package. They'll give it to you for less than $450. You enter into the drawing by going to tctmusic.com and tell them you heard about it on the Johnny and Blondie show.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, speaking of that.
When supporting our advertisers, please tell them that you heard about them on JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
The only way this thing's going to work, folks, is if we start getting some money in here to pay the light bill. So we need you
starting
to
to.
support us. And we are. We're starting to get some. And if you are a potential advertiser, we've got some great deals going right now, obviously, because we're brand new.
And
So
we're cheap. We're real cheap.
go to JohnnyandBlondie@gmail.com.
I heard that about you.
Let us know who you are, and we'll get in contact with you and explain to you the advertising package. Believe me, you can take this out of your coffee money out of from
Yeah.
it's not going to be expensive at all. And we'll give you 2 announcements a day on our show if you sign up for it. So go to JohnnyandBlondie@gmail.com to let us know of your interest, and we'll tell you how you can get to advertising on this show.
We are an official business.
We are.
Yep. We
And
did
we
all the
actually-
paperwork.
Yeah, we have a checking account and everything,
We
Bob.
do.
Wow.
Yeah.
With
It's
money in it.
overdrawn already. But we've got a checking account.
There's like a day to overdraw it. Like we're working on it. The Oscars and Al Roker's underwear.
The Oscars and Al Roker's underwear.
They're together?
Name
Yeah.
one thing that's usually white and one thing that usually isn't.
Oh. That ain't right, man.
Yeah, the Oscars in trouble
Is that
because
this weekend?
it is. I think.
No,
Am I wrong?
no. I mean, yes.
Oh,
you're
no, I'm
wrong.
sorry. No.
You are wrong.
It was just the nominations that just came
Right.
out. The
Oh,
actual
okay.
award shows a ways
Yeah,
out.
yeah, a couple months.
Yeah, it's the nominations that everybody's upset about because no black actors were
Right.
nominated, and no black directors, no
Well,
black anything.
you know, and that's, the problem is the diversity of the Academy members.
Yeah.
And they're all old white guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
what's
heard
going on there.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I understand it got so bad.
I
that
don't
even-
think it was anything intentional. It
No.
was just, yeah.
I think it's, you know, just from where they're coming from, old white guys, you know.
Well,
you know.
I understand this has gotten so bad that the best costume design
Yeah.
award you get in there, they wouldn't even nominate somebody who had costumes with black shoes. That's-
Stop it.
Fine.
Yeah, It's not, little girls' tutus and headbands at Pete Sunshine. All right, whatever.
Send us a check and we'll talk about it every day.
Petite Sunshine. Yeah, well, you guys got to pay for that. We're not going to mention Petite
Yeah.
Sunshine.
You're the one who mentioned
Don't
it.
mention Petite Sunshine,
I
Blondie.
didn't.
I
Petite
wouldn't think about it.
Sunshine.
Don't bring them up because they didn't send us any money.
Send us an email at JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com and we'll talk.
And who's that, Petite Sunshine?
Yeah, Petite Sunshine. I don't know where they're out of, but
She's
I'm
gonna
not
tell
gonna
us.
mention Petite Sunshine.
I will never mention Petite Sunshine. They better send me an email.
And we will once again
Oh.
mention Lunchbox Doodles. We had a guest on this morning that has a great book out about. He's a cartoon artist who gave a different Lunchbox Doodle to his daughter rather in her lunch every day. These are phenomenal.
That's great.
Yeah, that's really a cool thing.
John Bellsmith is the artist, and you can see these at Studio 23, the Arts Center exhibit here in Bay City. And you can buy his book. Blondie's going to put it up by the camera for you to see right now. If you're watching us on Periscope, that's what the book looks like. And you can purchase it by going over to that, or I guess there's a website for that too. And it's the same name as the book again.
Yeah, for now though, you just have to buy it at Studio 23. That's the only place you can buy that book right now.
It's
All right.
lunchboxdoodles.com.
You can see it at least at lunchboxdoodles.com and then head on over there to the studio. We're just about done with today's show, which means coming up here in just a moment we have our office joke of the
Oh,
day.
Bob, run.
And I found
Go!
the jingle too. I was so excited about that when I found it this
Yeah,
morning.
he
did?
found us. He's got our regular office joke of the day.
Oh, really?
Music
Yeah.
that he found.
The
That's why I
typewriter
made
and
the big
everything?
one.
Leroy Anderson. Remember the good old Leroy?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
I
Had
I
lunch
don't
with him
think
last week, Bob.
What's that?
I had lunch with him last week, Bob. So Leroy's good.
Leroy Anderson. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but he was an instrumental artist from back in the days when I used to do the Beautiful Music radio announcing.
I did Beautiful.
You did too?
Yes, I did.
Did GER?
No, it was in Arizona.
All right, okay.
That was my first job, as a matter of fact, at a beautiful music station. I had to change these big tapes. They ran
Right.
these huge tapes.
That's how I got fired. I'll explain that. Go
Really?
ahead. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I did 5 minutes of news and weather every
Right.
hour. That was my big thing.
And the one that I worked at, a lot of them were like this. Every 15 minutes, you back announce the 4 or 5 songs that played in the last 15 minutes.
That was Andre Castellano.
That's right.
Soft rock. That really rocks.
Suicide is Painless, followed by
Yeah, right.
the Beatles medley by Frank Checksfield on
Frank
the
Check.
Quiet Island, WDBN, Medina, Ohio.
And then I worked, my second job was at a country music station, but it was Easy Country. It was beautiful music country.
Wow.
Yes, and it was the same thing. They had tapes, but we also played records.
Dad's here,
Yes,
really?
we played records
Yeah.
live on the air, and they skipped when you bumped them and all that whole thing. But I got fired from that job. The only radio job I got fired from until I was let go by WHMM. And it was because
Radio.
I was doing some production, and I was recording a show onto a cartridge, and I was talking to my then wife at the time about the radio station, and I had noticed that somebody had flipped the switch to record phone call.
no.
So my conversation was recorded onto the show.
Oh, no.
Which I didn't check before I put it in the
Oh,
slot where
no.
the morning show guy would grab it and play it the next morning.
That's awesome.
So in the background, here I am berating the hell out of this radio station,
Oh,
using
no.
all kinds of language as well,
Oh.
including the F-bomb.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, I was like,
You didn't lose your FCC license.
well, at that point, but you don't even need one of those
Back,
anymore.
not now, but back then
Yeah,
you did.
at that
yeah.
point I could have, yeah.
Well, mine
You
was.
used to have a license to
I did
broadcast
something
as an
else.
announcer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you operated the transmitter.
When I was
So-
going to when I was going to
Yeah.
school, you had to actually pass
Oh.
the third class
license. You had to go to
test.
Detroit to take a test.
Yes.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
how cool.
Yes.
I came up in a snowstorm from Kent, Ohio. I was going to Kent State University. We had 4 of us in a car going to get our FCC third-class
Oh,
licenses in
incredible.
Detroit. We drove
Crazy.
overnight through a blizzard to get there
Wow.
to take our license exam. And
Wow.
then I went on to get my first ticket. I went second and first, too. I got the first class. I could be a radio
Just to
station
do the
engineer.
transmitter, Alex?
Just to do the transmitter. Well,
Yeah.
to operate the transmitter. At the
Yeah,
time,
that was ridiculous.
transmitters, you had to fire them up, warm them up. You had to
really?
adjust them. You had to know how to do the calculations to determine how much power you were sending out.
Ooh.
It was not done with computers back
Totally
then.
analog.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, somebody let us know that Rachel Maddow did a 1-hour special,
Yes,
or as I
last
call her,
night I
Rachel
saw it.
Mad Cow, did a 1 hour special last night. And it's available at rachelmaddow.com, I think.
Yes.
Or you can
Yes.
search it on the web, on Flint and the water
Right.
situation.
I
so if you
watched
wanna
it.
see was it any good? What
It
did they
was
do?
good. It was good. It was very intense.
Yeah.
Very intense.
Well, everything Rachel Maddow does is intense.
No, I mean, the crowd was intense.
That's why I call her Rachel Mad Cow. I think sometimes she's insane. All right.
Like everybody's talking about this.
Well, the Flint thing is
Well,
horrible.
she helped bring this to light.
Did she?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's been on this story since day one, and she has focused on this story on every one of her programs.
Has she?
Yeah, which is 5 nights a week.
Right.
So she has been instrumental in bringing, the spotlight to this whole issue.
Right.
She has.
We are, like I said, coming fast to a close here. What are you looking at me like that for?
I didn't know what you were doing.
I have a gut problem this morning. I don't know where it's
We have to
coming
close it because Johnny has to poop.
No, it's not, it's not that. It's not that. I think I'm gonna
Right.
throw up, and it's gonna end up all on Blondie, and that'll start a chain reaction of
Yeah.
throwing up around here that we don't want.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
it's
my
sort of like a
world.
Family Guy throw up.
That's all like every day.
Amber Ruth, who just chimed in on Periscope, said she calls her Mad Cow also. I'm not alone. Rachel Mad Cow.
It's like I called Debbie Stabbing Cow.
Yeah, she said, no, don't do that now.
You-
You can do
Okay.
that. Go ahead. You can do it.
You talked about
What is that? Don't rock.
oh, this is fun. I thought somebody was
It's
playing.
my sister's ringtone.
I remember a morning show friend of mine. Who was the girl you talked about earlier? She's got a long face. Goodness.
Jessica Parker.
Jessica Parker. He used to call her Horseface.
Yeah.
Sarah.
And he actually told, if you say Sarah Jessica Parker and Horseface in the same sentence again, you're gonna get fired.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yes, Johnny, she's helping the Flint community, says CZ Sadie, talking about Rachel Maddow. Hello on the phone. Anybody there? Good. How are you? Thank you, Dan. All right. All right.
I used to work at Honey Radio.
Oh, the old WHND in Detroit.
Well, it was WHNE when I was there.
All right, okay.
And I was the voice. All movies all the time for the Motor City. This is Honey Radio.
Honey Radio.
Honey Radio, yeah.
What are you doing up in West Branch?
Oh, I've been here forever. I've been chief engineer for Michigan Magazine TV. I built the FM up here in West Branch years ago, WBMI.
Oh.
I built WQON in Grayling. And now I'm just happily ever after doing small things and relaxing.
So it's safe to say you have your first class license, right?
Yeah, my God. Yes, I do. With our endorsement.
Josh just got a big smile on his face. How would you like to stop by and help us
I
out?
need so much help
We
today.
need help on our engineering.
Come on over, Dan.
One day, Josh, I might get down to Bay City and just actually stop in and visit you guys. But I'll tell you, internet radio, believe it or not, I used to have a stream. I had an internet radio station. We would broadcast on Shoutcast. And any more, the greed in internet radio, like you guys are doing the right thing by playing local artists.
Right.
Any more if you play somebody that was actually popular at one time, as Kevin BMI, they charge you a bundle.
Yeah, $20,000-$30,000 we heard to do that for here.
That's okay.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, Dan.
And take care, you guys. It's a pleasure to see you on the internet.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Dan,
And
have a
please get
great
in touch
day.
with us. We need your help. I'm not kidding. I am begging help. Hello, who's on the phone?
It's another Dan in radio.
Dan
Gotta say
Martin.
hi to Bob and all you guys.
Hey, Dan, how you doing, man?
Who is it?
Hey, not too bad.
Dan
Living
Martin,
in
Dan
Ann Arbor and totally distracting myself from my own actual broadcast. I'm like, what? I gotta listen to former Secretary of Education, or I can listen to Johnny and Blondie? Yeah, the Secretary of Education is turned down as long as I can see the VUs.
Dan is a news guy and producer of the Crowder Show down there on Wham in Ann Arbor, where they obviously.
No, I walked away from Crowder. I don't even speak to that guy anymore.
Oh, you don't?
No, he's only on Friday mornings. I have nothing to do with him ever since he disrespected Detroit and your good dear friend.
JJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, I can't deal with this Crowder guy.
Actually.
Monday
What do you
through
do with
Thursday,
JJ?
it's Bill Bennett.
Oh.
You have Bill Bennett on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crowder down there, JJ, my friend who is the transgender, my former best man is now a woman.
Who's your best woman?
Is my best woman. And JJ's been on our old radio show many times, and Crowder wanted to interview JJ about her book.
Yeah.
And about her lifestyle, and we got Crowder to agree to be nice to her, but apparently in the end Crowder pulled some crap and wasn't quite as nice. But in the end, Dan, I got to tell you, my friend JJ thought it was fine. Don't worry about it.
It's still, I mean,
It's disrespectful.
I was having dinner with Crowder at a place called Slows in Detroit, which is one of my favorite restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
And I
I've
asked
been
him,
there.
I said, just say one nice thing about Detroit. And he had just enjoyed an excellent meal. And he wouldn't say one. I'm like, you could have said this meal. And he wouldn't. He couldn't find a single nice thing to say about Detroit. And it's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
It's stronger and it's better looking than it's been in years.
Yep. Slows is a really great restaurant.
Yeah.
Man. That place is cool. You want
Oh,
barbecue?
yeah.
You want barbecue
And
in
American
Detroit?
Coney Island and Belle Isle's looking gorgeous.
By the way, Dan Martin is
every weekend.
he is a gourmet junk food guy. He can tell you about any, and you are, aren't you? I mean, you're like an aficionado on any.
Oh, definitely. And quality food, too. If it's food and it tastes good, I'm all about it. From driving all the way to New York for pizza to going specifically to cheese places in Wisconsin.
I told you he's
my
nuts.
Better Made, my Fago and my Burners. Man, it's no wonder I am a fat bugger.
Dan.
I chickened out on the gastric bypass because I was afraid to give up the food.
Don't do it.
No, because I can't do it. I can't.
Thank you, Dan. Have a great day.
Take care.
All
Nice
right.
talking
See
to
you,
you.
Dan.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dan.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We've got a lot of radio people listening during their show. We've been getting
Jim and Jody, they
Jim
turn it
and
on
Jody.
Periscope and just turn the volume down while they're doing their show.
Jeff Lamb down in
Yeah.
Toledo's listening to us while he's on the air. We got Dan. I really appreciate all the support,
It's
especially
very
from our
humbling.
fellow broadcasters.
It is.
Well, you know, when I was rushed out the door, I came over to talk to Josh about doing
Yes.
this very
Right.
same
Yeah.
thing.
I get
but-
all of the former radio guys to buy me lunch when they get fired. That's what I do. It's like I'm like,
Been a lot of lunches, huh?
A lot of people asking on Periscope about Jimmy Hollywood. We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him on the show. We just haven't worked it out yet, but we're working on it. For those of you who want to know what's going on with Jimmy Hollywood, we'll get him back on.
Trying to do all the regulars. We're get there.
We're also working on Mark Torregrossa as our weatherman,
Yes.
by the way. So anybody who knows
thank
him,
you. I don't have
lean
to do
on
the
him.
weather anymore.
Anybody hear from Dennis Hodges?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
we've
to
talked to
him.
him.
Did you?
We've talked to him several times.
Yeah.
Dennis is doing great, but he doesn't have any desire to do this again. So we're
Right.
going after Mark Torregrossa now.
Right.
To try and get him to be our weather guy here on this show. We're still building and still fixing technically. I know there's still some technical issues you people have been dealing with. I don't know if you're seeing us on YouTube this morning. You're not seeing us on Facebook yet because we're working on that. But JohnnyAndBlondie.com is the best place for streaming audio and the best quality.
There's so much we want to do and we're working on. We are like kids in a candy store. It's like, I don't even know where to turn my head. What do I need to work on first? It's amazing what has happened here. So, and
I wonder if our former supervisor is watching.
you can suck it.
I'm hoping that if Torregrossa doesn't work out, I would give up any pay that would come my way to have Daphne in here too. By the way,
Would you two stop
would.
with the Daphne?
Just bring
She
Daphne
looks
DeLauren
like a
in here.
librarian.
I love that, Daphne.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's
She's
actually,
cute,
and she's
yeah.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
I would
It
work
doesn't
on.
come across that way all the
No, because she's still doing that. She's got a little bit of an accent. She was raised in a Turkish household,
Yeah.
so that's part of the issue. And the other is trying to overcome the accent. She talks a little bit like a daycare worker would talk to the kids in the daycare.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
I was
and-
watching
yeah,
it this
you're right.
morning.
But
yeah.
she's learning, and she's
All-
young, and
Well,
but she
yeah.
has potentially because she's so
Oh,
smart.
yeah.
She is smart. You
Well-
can tell.
Well, you have to be smart in order to get a degree as a meteorologist.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to be very smart. Just ask Dennis Hodges.
All right. For that person that just hung up, I was coming to you. I promise.
All back.
that teacher talk thing's all part of the fantasy. Don't make that go away.
We're getting a
No, I was watching this morning. I'm like, she looks like a librarian with those glasses.
She wears
on.
those big glasses.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's partially to try and, because let's face it, she's smoking hot. All right, so
She is,
I think,
yeah.
but the glasses, while that's a cool look nowadays, it's also to make her to take her more seriously. I think for
Yeah,
some people,
yeah.
you know, otherwise she looks so young and hot that
What do
it's
you think,
hard
she's
to.
in her 20s?
I would think,
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
I would
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, she's cute. There's no doubt about that.
She's in her smoking joint.
Yeah.
For God's sake. Pig, shut up.
Hey, is this going to be your first stream till 9 a.m.? Who
We're
knows?
gonna
We haven't
try.
started. Well, you want to try it today? We'll try.
All right.
And that doesn't mean we'll be till 9 a.m. tomorrow, but since we still feel like talking, we'll stick
Why,
around.
why are you
Well,
starting
tomorrow
so
we
late
can't.
in the morning, though? Huh?
What's that?
Why are you starting so late in the morning?
6:30?
6:30, my God.
Yeah, that's
You know?
when most people start really worrying about.
So
what's
you say
going
so
on.
early or so late?
So early.
Oh, I was gonna
No,
say, I don't
so
know about-
late,
yeah.
actually.
So late.
Have we reached out to Jesse Jackson to tell him this is not a race issue? Well, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton will take anything and turn it into a race issue.
But if you'll recall, I said at the very outset of this problem in Flint, that
Yeah.
is what's going to be the next problem, is people are going to say, because it is a minority community, in other words, most of the
Right.
population is minorities, they're going to say it's because they are minorities that they were ignored.
Come on.
I think it's
I'm
less
so sick of this.
racist than it is just stupidity.
People who are saying it's a racist thing are wrong. I mean, they
Not about
interviewed
race.
some white people who've been affected by this too.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Well,
they feel ignored as well.
I know.
It's not
Well, they
not
were.
as much a race
Yeah.
issue as it is, and you're gonna yell at me for saying this,
All right.
a class issue. I really do, because 40% of Flint residents are living below the
Oh, yeah.
poverty level.
They're very
yeah.
low. And I think to a certain extent, you might be right. I think what people did in the EPA and the governor's office and the mayor's office, and kind of turned it back on and said, you know, this is not going to get out and be a big story. Don't worry about it. Let's get it.
Right,
We're
right.
going to work on it. We're going to
Yeah,
get it fixed
well,
up. We're
it'll
gonna-
go away.
Nobody's
It'll
going
go
to
away.
notice this. Nobody's going to
Well,
notice it.
Right.
And I think they miscalculated politically and just on a human level. This
Yes.
miscalculation is going to haunt them. And I think, I've heard it said, they may be, in some cases, personally liable.
Right.
So if it comes down to that, and Snyder is going to have to protect his billions, and Dane Walling his 10 or $20 that he has, then it's going to get really, really ugly. So we'll have to wait and see how this turns out.
Regardless of what happens, you cannot charge the Flint residents for the water that
No,
they cannot
my
have.
God, I can't believe that.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're getting
They
overdue
get paid
notices
for
and
that.
stuff.
There is apparently $23 million coming from the state to try and pay those bills. But
Try.
why should anybody
Not
pay
paying
those
your
bills?
bill.
Bizarre.
This is the city. By the way, the mayor said that you shouldn't have to pay those bills. It is the city who's charging you the money. So what's going on here?
Yeah.
I don't
Go
get
ahead
it.
and turn the water off. I wasn't using it anyway.
It's basically like saying if you don't have electricity in your house, we're still going to charge you because it's wired to your house.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You can't use it, but it's still there. Don't worry.
That's craziness, folks. Just craziness. All right, we got about 10 minutes to go if we're going to try
You
to make
know-
it all the way to 9. I don't
You
know if I can do it.
what blows my mind is the Lansing is trying to say, well, it's not affecting that many children, only about 100 children.
100.
Wrong.
It shouldn't affect one
It affects
child.
one. That's a problem.
100 children, that is wrong. And this whole thing is very far-reaching because you have to consider there are some people that commute to Flint
Right.
that work there.
Yeah.
They don't live there, but
Right.
while they're working every day, 5 days a week,
Mhm.
they're ingesting that water, some
Mhm.
of them.
Mhm.
And, you know,
And there was a politician or somebody, was it an EPA? They told us who it was again the other day, and now I've forgotten again, who said to the one mother, well, come on, it's just a couple of IQ points.
oh
my
my
God.
God, somebody said that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Said that to a
How would you
complaining-
like that if somebody said that about your kid?
I think
Come
it was a-
on, he's only going to lose a couple of points.
I think it was at a town hall meeting or something, if I'm
Oh,
not mistaken.
maybe last night.
I don't, no, this was weeks ago, but still.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is so insensitive. Oh my
that
God.
is that whole attitude that so many public officials, and I think the higher they get, the worse it gets, of thinking that we are not that important.
Yeah, right.
Um,
We're animals.
And we don't know what we're talking about. You
Yeah.
you guys, listen,
What-
we'll take care of it. You're little people,
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Here's the deal, though. A lot of them consider us as cattle.
Yeah.
We're just cattle out here.
Yep, just a number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work on a federal installation in another state, and our building water is brown too. They said, what's the address of the location you're in now? We're at 509. I'm always afraid when somebody asks a question like that. But 509 Center Avenue in Bay City, in the building right across from the Work Library in downtown Bay City on
Why
Center
don't you
Avenue.
give them your social security
Yeah,
number,
that's
too?
next too.
No, I
yeah.
need the 3 digits on the
Yeah,
back of your.
those 3 numbers.
And what is your
Security
mother?
code.
What is your mother's maiden name?
Somebody said if this happened in Hollywood or
Oh.
Los Angeles, this would
Well,
have not been an
please,
issue.
You don't even have to go that
Yeah.
far. If this was happening in Grand Blanc,
Right.
it would have been taken care
Right.
of immediately.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Shameful.
Yeah. The whole thing is.
That's why I say it's a class. It's a
Yeah.
class thing. It really
You
is.
may be right,
Yeah, I think they ignore the least among us and think that
Yes.
it doesn't matter.
Or don't have a voice.
All right, folks, we're going to get to the office joke. We got to fill out about 5 more minutes first before we do that. But let's check the weather. We haven't done that in a while. Here is Blondie.
Hal's already on the air, Sherry, so check him out. Today, I'm going to do the weather. It's patchy snow showers and freezing drizzle. That was early this morning. I'm sure that's stopped by now. Then snow showers are likely for the rest of the day, cloudy with a high near 36. Tonight, a chance of snow showers before 7, Josh tells me. Cloudy with a low around 17. And for Friday, partly sunny with a high near 26. It is currently in the mid-30s in both the Tri-Cities and Flint. I didn't look up the current temps.
The girl that wanted the address
Yeah.
to the station just wanted to bring you a new shirt, she said.
Oh,
Okay.
Get that shirt off the
No,
air.
bring her, no, she wants to, she's probably one of the ones I said, I need more shirts, and she's
Yeah.
bringing me another
I
shirt.
know,
What
but I'm
cracks me-
saying get that shirt off the
Oh,
air.
man.
What cracks me up is after he takes that shirt off, he's gonna go put on another shirt because this one's like really loud.
Yeah.
And then the shirt he's gonna put on is just as loud. So I don't know.
That's all he has is loud ones. Wait till he starts wearing his Bill Cosby sweaters in here.
Somebody wants to know if that's a brick phone in the bottom left. I think they're talking about your phone there, Bob.
iPhone?
Yeah.
That one?
That's a
It's a
smartphone.
candy bar.
It's an
phone. It's a
iPhone.
smartphone, yeah. An iPhone.
What size shirt do you wear, Johnny? She's really into this.
Large or extra large, either one will work. Extra large is my preference, but it
And
doesn't have to
she
be.
likes your hair parted on the side better.
Then in the middle.
Well, that's good.
Thank you. Thank you. Doesn't this Flint issue go back to 2002 or 3? Who knows? No, actually, it goes back to 2014 initially. What happened was, old pipes are the case in every city. That's not Flint's fault. That's just how they built water systems back then. But what happened was, they wanted to get away from Detroit water. It was costing them too much money. So they said, we can do this ourselves. We've got a water treatment plant. Let's pull the water out of the Flint River, which was mistake number one.
I can't believe they even thought about
Well-
using Flint River water.
A lot of cities reconstituted
I know,
wastewater,
I know,
okay,
but,
so
you
it can
know,
be done. The
not
thing
me.
is, the guys down there apparently either didn't know what they were doing or shorted on budget, didn't buy the right chemicals. We're not sure what happened.
What I heard was the chemicals weren't added.
Yeah,
The
but that
ones that they were
and then-
supposed to put
Wow.
in, they were
They were
not
not added.
added.
Who
There's
dropped the ball
a
on
specific
that?
chemical that needed to be added. Some of the chemicals were, and a buddy of mine was explaining this to me the other day who's in water treatment, but there was this one sack of stuff that was supposed to get dumped in there that didn't get dumped in
Didn't
there.
get dumped
Oh,
in.
no.
And it allowed the corrosive Flint River water to get into those pipes. And while it did,
It ruined the pipe.
it ruined the pipes.
Yeah.
There's a little coating that they apparently combine with all these water systems across the country where there are lead pipes. There's a little chemical that they add to the water that helps to keep the pipes from having that happen, having lead leach in. And they didn't include that chemical, and it allowed, it's an anti-corrosive, of course, and they allowed this corrosive water then to leach, go through the system and leach the lead into the water.
Jeez.
And some people claim that as a result, there's no going back. So that they can't, if they start adding that chemical again, some people are trying to tell the residents of Flint, don't worry, in a couple of months it's
Yeah.
going to be fine because we're adding the chemical back in. By the way, they're switching water systems again.
Yes.
They're going to be switting water systems again and going back to the same processing plant to process the water because they're getting back away from Detroit again. And the other people are saying that even if they put that new chemical in, it's too late. The lead is going
I
to come
wouldn't
out no matter
trust
what.
it. I wouldn't
So,
trust
in other words, they then have to go in, and this is what the governor talked about yesterday, and replace all of the pipes that come from, apparently the mains do not have lead in them, but the pipes leading to the houses do.
Okay,
All right?
last night, during Rachel Maddow's show, they had a plumber on.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, the governor's office said it's going to take 15 years to
Right.
solve this pipe problem.
Right.
They had a plumber on. He said, if I had 1,000 employees to work on a crew with me, we could get this done in weeks.
Weeks.
Yes.
All right, now my question becomes, and I've been asking this since the beginning and I've not heard an answer to it yet. Okay, fine, let's replace those pipes that go from the main to the house. What about the pipes in the house? These are homes that were built over 100 years ago. There are lead pipes in the house.
There are lead pipes all over this country.
Right.
That's why this problem is not just exclusive to Flint.
Right.
This is happening all across the country because of the old infrastructure that we have.
Yeah.
And, you know, something's got to be done, but I think it's going to take the federal government to step in and create some kind of jobs program or something to renew our infrastructure.
And you just hit on a very good idea. If they're going to do this money giveaway that they love to do, and for nothing in many cases, like those stupid signs on I-75, why not instead do something like this? It's about the public safety and immediate need. And
Right.
if they would take this money that's supposed to be directed to stimulating the economy, and then they give it to cronies, political cronies for crony capitalism,
Yeah.
these guys that put up those damn signs, and of course the guys that put up the windmills out by you,
Yeah.
that's all crony capitalism,
yeah.
folks, if you want to
Yes,
read
it
into
is.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of spending money that way to supposedly reinvigorate the economy, why not spend it on this? Why not, let's get a jobs program together like Bob you just suggested and fix this
Right,
problem
right.
With federal money. That would be a good use.
Priorities.
I watch
That's
enough-
what it's all about.
I watch enough primetime television to know that this is a government conspiracy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been watching it.
I-
You've been watching 24, and
The government did this.
you know they did it on purpose. They want to get rid of. Well, you know, I can't blame them. It's Flint. I'm kidding, Flint.
Oh, boy.
I'm kidding.
Oh God, I seen that.
Now they're saying that in the house is the homeowner's problem. That's what somebody's.
Well, that's
written
what
to
they'll
us.
tell you. Like with consumers, if the tree falls on the line that goes from the power to your house,
Right.
your problem.
Yeah, but they screwed up my pipes by not giving me
Yeah.
water that was the
Yeah.
right.
So I don't think you can hold the homeowners responsible
No.
for fixing the pipes.
They're trying
with
to-
the water screwed up.
They're
Right.
trying to hold them responsible for the bill, though. So what's going to stop them from holding them
Screw
responsible
that
for the
bill,
pipe?
man. I
Well-
mean, anybody
See
that
in
pays
court.
a water bill in
I
Flint right
agree.
now doesn't have a brain.
No,
Now
do
here's-
not pay your bill.
So say they do decide that they're going to replace all these pipes in these houses as well. How do you do that?
Well, you know what's really interesting? They don't even know where the worst
No.
of the pipes are. They have this card filing system
Mhm.
that has been in place since 1928 or something. And
Right.
some of the cards, they showed an example on TV. They showed an example. These are cards of various residents.
Right.
Every residence has a card in that file. You can't even read the handwriting on the card. It's from 1932, and somebody scribbled somebody's
Oh.
name on a card.
Wow.
So it's even tracking down where these places are that need to be worked on is going to be really difficult.
We need to close Flint. We need to close Flint. There's a big going out of business sale. Close Flint.
Sad.
And what we'll do is we'll just relocate it. Now, where would we want to relocate it? If Flint were to be relocated, if we were to rebuild Flint, and it can't be there, so you surround the city like Chernobyl.
The
You
UP.
surround the city with a big
Yeah.
fence and a big wall, and then you rebuild it next to it somewhere. So like somewhere between Flint and Lansing. You guys in Durand, you're in trouble. It's going to be the new Flint. So
Quantico C.
Burton.
Quantico, right on the bay. Would
Yeah.
you do that?
Yeah.
Would you do that? Well, Burton, yeah, Burton. Just-
Kentucky?
Burton's actually bigger physical size than the city
Right.
of Flint. Land-wise, we've got more land in Burton than Flint, so we could do that. We could move the whole city of Flint into Burton.
Or the UP.
Cool.
Yeah, the UP, Cucaulin.
Why not?
I don't know about Cucaulin, though. It's really close.
All right, it's time to. it's time for the office
Oh, I
joke
know
of
what's
the
gonna
day.
happen.
Hey, get this. Look what Josh, our producer, did.
All right.
I can't. Yeah, I can talk over that. Good. We have our office joke of the day theme.
Yay!
So a woman in a pet shop sees this beautiful parrot. The tag on the cage says $50, which is kind of cheap for a parrot. Parrots are
Yeah.
expensive. So she said to the store owner, she says, well, why so little? And the store owner says, well, the bird used to live in a house of illegal repute, you know, on the north side of Flint. And it's got kind of a vulgar mouth because it spent so much time in a hoe house. So the woman decides to buy the parrot anyway and puts the cage in her house. First thing the bird says is, new house, new madam, new house, new madam. Now she's a little shocked, but she figures, oh, that's not all that bad, right? So her two daughters get home from school. The bird sees them and says, new house, new madam, new girls, new house, new madam, new girls. Now the woman's surprised, but she figures the parrot's going to straighten out once it figures out who everybody is, right? So still not real worried about it. But a little while later, the woman's husband, Gary, comes home from work.
Gary, huh?
As he walks to the door, the bird says, hi, Gary. Hi, Gary.
Oh.
You know. That's Bob. Bob and I used to say that to each other all the time. It was our running joke. You know. You want to tell the you know joke?
No,
Yeah.
you tell it. You tell it.
Tell it. Somebody
Yeah,
tell
I don't
it.
remember the whole thing.
Well, you know, this woman's walking by a pet store every way on the way home from work, every day on the way home from work. And every time she passes by this parrot, which the owner of the store puts out in front of the store because, you know, he wants people to come in.
Sure.
And every time she walks by, he unloads with a slew of just terrible name calling.
You filthy
You
whore!
dirty-
You
yes,
filthy whore!
Yes, you slut! You slut!
Oh boy.
Anyway, she gets really annoyed.
Right.
So she one day she figures, well, I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna tell the owner if he doesn't do something about this parrot, I'm going to file a complaint with the police. And so she goes and has a talk with him. He said, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Really, please, I'm sorry. This happened, I'll take care of it. So the next day she's walking home from work, and she's eyeing the parrot warily as she approaches. And as she's passing by, the parrot says, "You know."
Oh, good one, Bobby.
Somebody just pointed out that it's all women that have rescued Flint.
Yes.
The mayor,
doctor, she is a hero.
that doctor who
Yeah.
got just lambasted by officials when she first started to try
Yes.
to tell them there was a problem.
I will not be
She
shut
is
up.
a hero. They gave her a standing ovation last night
Yeah.
during the show, Rachel Maddow show.
And then Rachel Maddow herself, that people are pointing to, and the new Flint mayor, who's a female as well.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
good point.
How long did they think you were going to get away with this?
They thought it was gonna just go away.
They didn't think it's
Quiet.
They didn't know that people
Yeah.
were going to start testing with lead levels.
Right.
They thought, okay, we'll keep this quiet, we'll get it done. Nobody will know it happened. Nobody will be the wiser.
Yeah.
You thought the brown water was normal?
Yeah, that was. What was your first clue? The water was completely brown.
It's not water.
Now that
Kinda
wasn't.
looks like root beer, doesn't it?
That's not the lead. That was the other crap that was in those
Yes.
pipes that was coming off.
Why would you drink that?
Yeah, I know, it was terrible.
No.
Well, people who live on Bristol Road in Burton, Michigan here, would know that that goes back in their area. They used to have some, I don't think they do anymore, but they, for the longest time, had water that was kind of yucky looking too for a really long time. In fact, we had people bring us water to the radio station we used to work at on Bristol Road, and it would settle. There'd be a little, about a quarter inch of sediment in the bottom of every bottle of water they brought us. Unbelievable
It's
stuff.
better than the cube I had in my water.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Somebody said they should have sold it as Coca-Cola. Just bottled it up.
All right, so we're way past our even 9 o'clock time now.
Boom.
Well, yeah, it
Take
kind of
that.
reminds me of the old days
Well,
when
we got
my
nowhere
show
to
was
go.
supposed to start at 9 o'clock, and usually I got on the air at about 20 after.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
we wouldn't let you in the studio. It's like, we're busy.
We had fun.
Tomorrow, by this time, we'll be probably in Frankenmuth. So we're going to leave the show here around 8:30. We're going to go on a Periscope ride down to
You
Frankenmuth
should go
tomorrow
with us, Bob.
to the Snowfest.
I might.
If you want to stop out, or if you want to even stop there, just meet us there even if you want.
We could go day drinking when we're done.
I don't think
The
so.
last time we did that, it was a disaster.
Yeah, for the next 3 days. We don't recover as quickly as we used to.
Woo-hoo.
That was not a good day. All right, so we're out. And here's the way it goes. We always say this at the end of the show. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. The Friday edition of the JohnnyAndBlondie.com morning show will be on the air starting at 6:30 tomorrow morning. And we'll have a Friday morning joke for you. We'll try and do a dirty joke. I don't know, 6:30 in the morning may be too late to do a dirty joke. Kids are
Well,
up.
then
for
get in here at
We did
6.
No,
Lots of people on Periscope want to do the 30 seconds event too, and I'll try to make it
15.
for
It's
tomorrow.
15 seconds. to
15
that.
seconds.
Yeah.
We try to make up.
Hey,
We'll do
we're all
15
bosses.
seconds.
Let's
Somebody
do
said
30
30
seconds
seconds.
now.
Tomorrow morning we'll do 15 seconds to event. We'll try and do that if we fix Skype in the meanwhile. So once that gets fixed, we can do 15 seconds to event tomorrow.
I may burn the place down before then too, so I don't really know what's going to happen, honestly.
Bye, Bob. Great seeing you, said Sherry. Great
Hi,
show.
Sherry.
Thank you all. We'll stay on Periscope for just about a minute or two after we end the broadcast at
Watch
JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
us tear down.
Until next time, remember, pray,
Work.
spend,
Love.
and support our troops.
Bye-bye.
Did you hit the end? Turn those
That
mics
was
off.
fun.
The mic.
The old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know that doesn't do anything.
I know, but at least we're not.
Now this, you want me to turn them down here?
I don't
What was the
know.
other thing
Oh,
we were
sure,
going to do,
it'll
Mom?
mess her up
15
on it.
seconds, and what was the other thing?
I'm so irritated by that whole deal. Everything I did this morning.
No,
Don't worry about it, Josh.
I like had to go outside.
We're still saying hi to you, Bob.
One lady on there said your voice was adorable.
Hey,
Adorable.
Adorable. That's exactly what
I've
it
never
said.
been.
Josh, I
My
keep
voice
forgetting-
has never been called adorable.
I keep forgetting to ask you, is there money coming from these guys, Watchdog and TCP?
Yeah, we can't talk about that on there.
Oh, because I didn't hear. What's that? Oh, okay. all
Let's
right.
see if I have Periscope.
That's fine, go. Yeah, hey, Periscope.
Bye. Come on, you guys.
Everybody join in. This is the curtain call.
Bye.
Goodbye, Periscope. Where am I? Oh,
Ready?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I didn't want to say that on
Yeah, I hear
we
you.
weren't supposed to talk about it.
that's fine. I didn't know that, and I.
I can go back and watch the show later today. I go back and read the comments for ideas.
Okay.
Oh, YouTube is apparently still on.
Well,
Oh, yeah, go.
this right here is what I've missed about radio. Everything else about radio,
The corporate
I
part.
don't care.
Don't give a shit.
Commercials, all that crap,
No.
voiceover.